100,000 on a beat.
Great day to be a Tiger. JSU by 40 campaign. Coach Taylor, I was just thinking, I was sitting in my office and we were talking about Jackson State athletics, the tradition of Jackson State. You played here. What if 50,000 alums gave $40 a month for 12 months?
Man, that would be huge. That's money in the bank for athletic program.
Let's do this, Coach. I'm challenging all 50,000 alumni of Jackson State University, supporters, fans. Let's give $40 a month to JSU by 40 campaign. 12 months, 12 million, September to August. Let's win championships in the classroom. Let's support Jackson State University. Let's support athletics. And let's make sure our coaches and our student athletes are successful. So again, Coach Taylor and I are challenging you, all 50,000 alums, $40 a month for 12 months to support Jackson State athletics. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Support the JSU by 40 campaign. Visit gojsutigers.com/JSU by 40.
What's good? What's up, Tiger Nation? What's going on, everybody? What up, man?
What's up, man?
You got it, man. I thought it'd be fitting I wear this shirt today because that's what it is from here on out. Jackson State, D.I. Love versus the Coalition. Coined by my brother, my very own brother right here, Zoe Phillips. going with the no J hat, the ball tonight. I might join you. Just depends on if these lights get the lighting up in this joint.
Ask me why I look possessed all of a sudden.
Well,
my eye read some bit. But
gotta get healthy, man. But big day, man. It was
Christmas.
Great.
Christmas.
Literally, it's almost Christmas anyway. So, but it was the early Christmas present, man. What's up, everybody? Y'all hit that like button as you come in. We got 220, 230 already looking at us. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Appreciate that.
What's up, I love family. What's going on with everybody, man? Oh, before we get started, especially after the day like today,
go ahead.
Got it other than us? Nobody.
Let's get it, man. What's up, Trent? What's up, big dog? What's up, everybody, man? I've been working today, man. What's up, KT Dub? What up, baby? What up, brother Poe?
Y'all forgive me, man. I'm still stopped up, man. A little under the weather, but
Major Bullies, happy birthday, early birthday.
We're gonna push through though.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun show, man. We got a lot to talk about. Man, let's jump right into these preliminaries, man. Everything I do want to touch on is already on there, so let's jump right into it. I'm pretty sure TD will be up at some point. Maybe Miss Rochelle. We're gonna drop the link. Everybody that want to talk about today's signing class. I'm summoning my brother TJ. Shucks, who comes up here? Kobe, if you want to come up here. Blue, come on up, man. We're gonna talk some Jackson State football recruiting. Hell of a day, man. Hell of a day. There you go. There go Mr. Dizzle. Dizzle. Hey, do I need to go bald and we be the bald head twins like the cone heads? But anyway, I'm gonna keep that J on. I'm gonna keep that J rocking today. But But listen, man, foundation, friends of KC-1400, we just get started. Y'all like to donate to the foundation. This foundation is put in place for us to do things for Jack State students and student athletes in a way that going to allow us to be able to assist in various different manners. You see the mission. It's always there. You can go to Givelify. You can donate directly to the foundation, and it's tax deductible and all that good stuff. So friends of KC-1400 Inc. and got some dope merch coming down the pipe. I ain't gonna say what it is just yet. I gotta let it hit. We got some exclusive merch that's gonna be a particular player. You know, shout out to my brother Merch Pack who does the great merch for us. Designed this t-shirt from Zoe's I Love versus Coalition. Y'all see it. Shout out to everybody that purchased this t-shirt. Still got some of those t-shirts available on the website along with logo tees and some other sizes of whatever's available. So go check us out. KC1400media.com. There go my little brother right there. JSU by 50. I like that, Jesse. Jesse, man.
What up, nephew?
Tight. Huh?
I was saying, what up, nephew?
There it is. Well, before we get started, before we even go any further, student athlete.
Yeah,
on students. Shout out to A.D. Robinson and all of the coaches, Jack State, all the coaches. And so fall term, we had a term GPA, fall 2023, 3.18. And then we had a 3.20 department GPA. So the highest GPA of all of the sports, 3.46 women's bowling, 3.41 men's tennis, 3.39 softball, 3.39 soccer, 208 students above a 3.0. And I'm gonna get to the women's basketball in just a second because they did just finish that game. We'll touch on that. 35 students above 4.0, 18 graduates this fall, 2023. So I want to just give a huge congratulations to the athletes, man, getting their work done and keeping Jack State at the top of the rank when it comes to APR. But women's basketball, Coach Tamika Reed put this out there, highest GPA in program history at a fall term of 2023. Fall 2023 term GPA 3.326 and a team cumulative GPA 3.323. So that's pretty dope. She put that. I like that. Look, report card grading, brains, beauty, and ballers. And man, they are definitely some ballers. Man, tough. TD tough lost tonight, man. God, this game was so winnable. We got to make our free throws, but man, I saw something tonight in this team. She could be special, man. They got it. They have it. Got to take care of the ball. Got to make them free throws, man. We had this game.
You actually just spoke to what I was about to say. Honestly, man, every game we go into, we got two opponents.
Yeah.
Every game we go into, we got two opponents.
Who is that?
The team we playing and our damn self.
That's true. That's true.
I mean, dude, we had 28 turnovers. And listen, Ken, your starting point guard had 12 of those.
Who started at points, though?
Who you think?
Oh my God!
Just tell me who you think.
A veteran.
Just tell me who you think. Say a name, TD.
Yeah. Let me see. Did Kashana start at point guard?
Who you think?
She started at Mississippi State. I mean,
yeah, it was Kashana. Kashana started at point guard.
He tried to dance right from not saying that. Lucky,
I said it. I said Kashana.
Lucky, man. She had 12 turnovers.
Tough game for her, man. She'll get it.
So the thing, needless to say, the point that I'm trying to get at, man, if we minimize in this game in particular, man, we went, I know, a good stretch of about 5 minutes of a two-position ball game.
6.
We didn't run any sets on offense, and we had about 7 turnovers. And of those 7, 5 of those were unforced turnovers. I'm on the bet you we probably lead the country in unforced turnovers. We're too good of a team to have to face a good opponent and overcome ourselves every game. And that's the point we're getting at. We're having to overcome ourselves. If we get out of our own way, we can be special. But Ken, we can't be special if we got to play us every night.
It's a great point, man. Gosh, man. And listen, the way I played, the way my coaches throughout my entire basketball, man, that was the two things, TD and Zoe, that was heavily emphasized. Actually, it was three. Actually, four. But I'm gonna mention them. Number one, that the heaviest emphasis was we have to take care of the basketball. First and foremost, every time you lose the ball, you lose the opportunity to score. That's first and foremost. Number two, TD, you gotta make your free throws, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's free. It's free. There's no defense. You got to get up there and you got to shoot that thing confidently. And you got to put it in the hole, man. And the teams that usually don't, the teams that take care of the ball, the teams that shoot a high clip from the free throw line, and of course you want to throw in defense and rebounding, those are the teams that are going to have a very high success rate. And it's very unfortunate because I'm going to go out on a limb and say this. Our team was better than that team tonight.
And they're a ranked team,
but we had to. It just goes to show, somebody say, well, how can you say that and y'all lost? You are what you do. And we had everything we needed to win this game. And we just like you said, we couldn't overcome ourselves, made some mistakes. In my heart, I feel bad for them because I know they when you fight, shout out to Tyler Bowler and all the ladies, man, went out there and balled their butts off, man, and man, to come up short. It was a 54. Was it 50? It was 48-48 at some point. I think it was tie ball game, something to that effect.
It was tied. It was tied. It was 28-28 at the half.
Now I'm just talking about in the fourth quarter. It had got tied.
We were down. Well, for the longest time in the fourth quarter, we were down by 4.
Yeah, and it was just right there, man, and we just needed to. I see we down 2. We go up the court, we turn the ball over, the young lady take it all the way. Now we're down 4, and it just kind of went downhill. And then that big time, they made a big 3. And that 3 hurt. Now we're down 7, and now we're playing from behind and haven't really shot the ball too well from the outside, but you can't get in a hole like that. But to hold a good team to 59 points, it tells you that our bigs are definitely disruptive on the inside, creating problems, getting rebounds. But it just goes to show you what we can be. I know Coach Tamika Reed and her staff, and she's going to have a very long talk with them. And I'm pretty sure, Zoe, that she's saying the exact same thing that we're saying to them. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure she's calling out them stats, and she knows it. We got to be better. And we get one more non-conference game next Wednesday. I'll be in Austin, Texas. I plan on being at that game. If as the old folks say, if the creek don't rise and wash the bridge away, I plan on being there. What you know about that, TD? That's old school, huh?
Yeah, man.
But anywho, man, I'll let you go, TD, on your thoughts, and then we'll proceed because we definitely gonna get it to signing day.
Well, I have a few questions. I mean, I wasn't able to watch the game, man. I had to go. I had to go to church.
No, you good?
And how many of our bigs play, man? Did the young lady what's the Hunt?
Yep.
She was able to
play tonight.
Okay. So their first game back. Good deal.
Yeah,
hey,
Coach was on one tonight. She was intense, man. And I love that because we lost this game. We had it, TD. We had it, bro. We had it, man.
It's second one.
We had it, bro.
Man.
We could have beat Mississippi State. We could have beat this team. And it just goes to show you. But you know what? Adversity builds character. You get what I'm saying? And I will say this, though. I was watching that game, though, even with all the mistakes, even with the turnovers, even with the missed free throws. You know what I said? It's gonna be hard as hell to beat this team in conference play. They get it together. It's gonna be hard to beat us, man. And I think our biggest obstacle, honestly, is us. And I like the way you put it. We got to overcome ourselves. Right. We got to do it quickly because we get 2 games. In 2 games, we play. Well, who we got? We got UT next Wednesday, and then we got Alcorn. So you go to UT, you go to have a good showing. They got a really good team, you know.
And how do you shoot from the stripe? How do we shoot from the 3-point line?
I put up
the ball.
We didn't shoot very well, man. Let me pull up the stats real quick, especially with a low scoring game like that. Yeah, you're not gonna really see a lot, but I'll give you the stats right now, TD. Oh wow, Grambling beat Nichols. Grambling ladies beat Nichols. Alcorn lost in UNO. Texas A&M beat Prairie View to sleep. A&T beat Bethune. Texas State beat Alabama A&M. Cal Baptist beat Texas Southern. Florida State demolished Alabama State. Our stats. Tyler Bowler had 18 points, 6 for 11. She was 3 for 3 from the free throw line. When you get into the box score, 3-point line, we shot 5 for 21. 24%. Free throw line, my goodness. Where'd it go?
Under 30%.
They didn't have it on there.
It was under 30%.
Yeah, I know at halftime, TD was shooting 25%. We were 4 for 16. And it was a tie ball game. So I just tell you, there go the game right there. You just make half of that, you up 4.
And see, the one thing about basketball that's different from football, like you can negate a whole negative stat by something else. For an example, if you have a lot of turnovers, you can actually negate turnovers by rebounding and then having a good free throw percentage. You see what I'm saying?
23%. This is a great. Look at this. 23 it was 28 turnovers. 28 turnovers.
80% unforced.
80%. 23. Oh, he's saying 23 turnovers for our ladies were unforced. Holy smokes.
Whoa.
I told you, man. Man, look, we went through a stretch. I don't know if you saw this part, Ken. We went through a stretch toward the end of the third quarter to the first part of the fourth quarter. Man, we had hell with just one defender on the point guard. Had hell getting the ball across half court.
Yeah, they have it now. I got to give it to them. They got a guard that was intense on defense. Man.
23.
She had 7 steals. Man, she was all over, man. And listen, I do want to say this, not being critical. This comes from a place of love. So I'm not looking at the chat per se, and I know nobody's really saying anything. I just don't want anybody to think that, because we're calling the game how we saw it, that we're being critical and all that good stuff. So we have to talk about the game, and it comes from a place of passion, a place of love, and man, we know we can be better, and I know that they know that they can be better. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The coaches know that they can be better, and I believe that they will. I really do. Yeah, she was reaching a lot, man. Williams killed us, number 12. But yeah, man, a tough loss, 7-point loss. Great showing. I wanted us to go in there and take some. We definitely had it, man. We had it. It was right there for the taking. This game was literally, TD, a single digit. It was tie ball game, 2-point game, and it only became a 7-point game. Turnovers. I think it was Crump was dribbling the ball. She went behind the back, crossover. She got ripped. The young lady took it all the way down. She finger rolled, laid it in. We down 4. We go back on the possession again. We don't get a bucket. They go back down. They rotate it, TD, kick it to the left. Young lady hit a 3-pointer. Now we down 7. So that's where that 7-point gap came in at. But yeah, man, direct.
Hey, can you just say something, man? You apologize, bro. We can't apologize for what we see.
I'm not apologizing. I'm giving it. That's actually a disclaimer.
Right. Okay.
No, I give disclaimers for a reason.
Right.
Because that way, because sometimes people don't listen. So when if somebody want to come and say something crazy, then now I can just be free.
Right.
I can shoot. I can empty the clip then. But right now I'm giving a disclaimer. And people have to understand the position that we're in. This platform, we're going to continue to do what we do. We love our sports. And we're going to talk about it. That's what we're here for. Go ahead.
Right. Yeah. And that's all I was saying about that, man. I don't know where they're going to get better. I mean, you can't constantly reward something that's not, that's not good. I mean, that's the only way people are going to get better. That goes for me, you, and everyone else. You have to tell people the truth and be honest about what's going on in a loving way. I mean, you can be honest and critical or evaluate a situation or critique a situation without being mean. I can't tell you good when you're not good. I can't tell you was great when you're not great. I mean, so you have to be honest about what you see. We're gonna lie about a situation, then we ain't helping the cause, bro. And that's what we hear. We here to help the cause. So.
Hey. what I tell you, Ken, if you live by the cheers, you're gonna die by the booze, right? All right, it works both ways. We can't sit there and praise them when they win and be quiet when they lose.
Exactly.
You muted. You're on mute, Ken.
Yeah. And I said, so now we move over to give up some praise now. So highlight Angel Jackson was Impact Player of the Week for the SWAC. Had a big game against Mississippi State. 12 rebounds, 5 blocks. And there was another player on there, but this JSU Sports Chat. Like I said, it's DI Love versus Coalition. We're going to talk about us, and we're going to heavily emphasize us. And we're going to make no qualms about it. So congratulations to Angel on being Player of the Week. Our men are playing right now. We were down by a good little bit with Gonzaga. I ain't gonna play the game right now. I don't have it on because I do want to lock in. Holy smokes. 18 turnovers between our two guards. That cannot happen. Just can't happen. Can't happen. And then Jordan O'Neal, Player of the Week for Jackson State, had a big tournament out in big 2 games out in Vegas. Playing well for us, man. Now I will say this: we got Gonzaga this weekend. I mean today, and then we're gonna. I think we got Northwestern after this. We got Northwestern sometime next week, and then after that they'll have a break.
And they lost to a Division II school. Chicago State beat Northwestern, but they was ranked.
Wow, interesting. That means we're gonna go out there and beat them too. O'Neal done fouled out already?
65-42. No, he was just in the game.
They just said he fouled out. So, but congratulations to O'Neal, Player of the Week. And let's move right along, man.
Okay.
All right, that's what everybody came here for. You want to touch on that, TD, before we go?
Yeah. Actually,
Okay.
I want to give kudos actually to Angel Jackson at the Mississippi State game, man. That was my first time, I think, this season, definitely seeing her in person. And I was impressed. You know, I watched the game. And when I watch a game, man, I like to analyze a person. And I like to look in their face to see if they're afraid of what they're doing.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And, man, the way that young lady played, it was like she wanted to take the game over. And she was like, give it to me. So she didn't back down at all, man. So she's very deserving of the Player of the Week award.
Yep.
I was impressed with her game that particular night. I look forward to seeing her, you know, when she played in AAC, man. I'm gonna go check her out. Go check out the whole team, man. But she had a good game. She's very deserving of that. So yeah, that's all I have her. So like I said, if we're gonna call it like we said, Ken, we're gonna get a good with the bad and the ugly.
There it is. Anything for Jordan?
Yeah, man. You know what? I know when they signed him, I'm like, okay, let me see what this young man can do. You know, when he came in from when he transferred in. Yep. And watching that game when they played against, what was the last one? I didn't see the Howard game, the other one.
It was North Carolina A&T.
North Carolina A&T, man. The way he was coming off that board, the way he was hitting the board, the way he played really hard. Almost like, okay, I'm trying to show y'all scouts out here that I can do something. Yep. So I was impressed with him too. So, you know, that game. So he played a very good game. And I hope these young ladies and young men continue to improve on their game. You know, let the world know that Jackson State, we're here in all sports, baby. So congratulations to him. He's well deserving of it as well.
Absolutely. All right, everybody. We got the preliminaries out of the way. Now we're gonna move on to the main course. National Early Signing Day 2020. The class of 2024, but it was 2023. Well, we can say 2024. This year's pretty much done. Football, we had 21 early signees today. Pretty awesome. We're only going to highlight the players that actually signed. Now, mind you, before y'all start asking comments, if the paperwork ain't in, we're not talking about them. They can still be committed. Some, however, and listen, signing day is all the way up until the end of until the season start. Now, just so y'all know that we can sign if needs be. But today's activity, we're going to highlight that. So I'm gonna do a little bit of spot checking. I appreciate Brother Maurice Williams for the hard work he's done. I want to shout out Austin and his team. I know Austin is probably somewhere having some ginger ale right now because boy, he put some work in today. But the early signing period, it will conclude on Friday. So for y'all, Friday, December the 22nd, before National Signing Day on February the 7th, 2024. Below our notes, which is basically low. This is actually going in order. From each position in Jack State's class and a few notes on the football's latest edition. From Coach Otis Ridley, our recruiting coordinator, as well as tight ends coach, as well as assistant coach. He said, we're excited. We're really excited about this 2024 recruiting class being led by Coach Taylor. The staff has done a great job of going out to find guys that fit our program. Heavy emphasis on fit our program, fit the culture of Jackson State, and want to be winners. That bodes well for the future of Jackson State football. So here's a quick breakdown of the signing class today. The home state. This class includes 9 of the 21 signees who called the state of Mississippi home. That would be defensive tackle Kazarius Bowie, wide receiver Janalen Dupree, offensive lineman Courtney Lyles, wide receiver Richard Mays, defensive back Tony McCray Jr., defensive back Robert McDaniel, offensive lineman Antonio Ross Jr., defensive back Sadiq Thompson, and defensive tackle Tymon Wells. The geographic breakdown. The new members of the Jack State football team began their careers across 7 different states. Arkansas, 1. Georgia, 3. Florida, 1. Mississippi, 9. New Jersey, 1. South Carolina, 1. Tennessee, 1. Texas, 4. And the position breakdown for what we got paperwork in today. We got 2 defensive tackles. We had 1 running back, 6 DBs. No, wait a minute. Is this right? Yeah, it's right. 6 DBs, 6 offensive linemen, 3 wide receivers, 1 defensive end, 1 linebacker, 1 quarterback. Wow. Before we go any further, Zoe, you want to touch on this right here? And TD, y'all want to touch on this?
I mean, I was going to get to it later on, man, but just, when we get down to the individual players, but they pretty much did the breakdown. I was going to highlight the fact that we did have, 9 players from Mississippi. But I also want to highlight of the 21 signees that we got, the sheer number of high schoolers that we took in. I like the mix of what the staff is doing. We're not going heavy portal, and we're not shying away from high school kids. We got a good happy medium in there. Because we signed a great number of high school talent. Also, bear in mind the high school talent that we got, basically they're all rated 3-star. For the most part, every high schooler we got is rated 3-star. I think we missed out on, we're not going to come in on the one that haven't signed this yet, but of the signees, I think of the signees, when we talk about high schoolers, Ken, I think only 3 of them are rated. I think all the rest of them are 3-star. That's strong.
And when we say 3-star, we talking there's 4 different sites that may have some 247. It may be nothing. You use On 3, you use Rivals, you use all the different metrics. We'll see where we fall. But TD, you got anything on the breakdown, the mix? Then we'll get into the individual players as we go even further.
Yeah, let me start off by saying thanks to Coach Ridley, he said he was excited about about the recruiting class, and he's very excited. So we like to thank he and the rest of the coaching staff with Coach Taylor for making us excited as well, because it felt like it was Christmas for all of us. For enjoying the game. So first of all, thank he and the rest of the coaching staff for the effort that they put in to recruit those young men. So on that, as far as the Mississippi talent, man, I'm excited about that. We've always had talent, but it always went elsewhere. And the fact we always talk, Ken, Joe, about recruiting locally and hitting these surrounding areas. They did that tremendously. So they have some great players from the SIP. I'm excited about that. I can't wait to see those guys suit up. And as far as recruiting out of state, man, that was they did an excellent job with that. Those offensive linemen, I'm very excited about. And I heard you say before, man, Coach J.O., I mean, he's very excited too, man. I mean, he can't stop smiling, and so a great job, man, on recruiting our state. And so, you made a great point, far as the stars and the mixture of player from the Porter and from high school. That shows you if you can visualize a successful program going forward, because now you have some experience from the Porter who can teach the young men that's coming in as well on how to do things going forward. And so they've created a pipeline, for the program going forward. So that's what I have on that. So excellent breakdown.
Hey, Justin, it wasn't on the list. We did it on the previous show, so it'll probably have to go to the Monday show or either last Friday. All of the ones on last Friday, we pretty much did height and weight. And we'll get into the breakdown here in just a second, because each one of them had a quick write-up. One quick observation, though, Zoe and TD, I want to get your thoughts on this before we move on. No players from Louisiana. Thoughts? Don't really matter, huh? Because this is what I got to say, man. Listen, I follow JUCO Frenzy on Twitter, right? I'm going to keep saying it. University of Louisiana Monroe, TD, they recruited 97% of their signing class today was JUCO kids. And guess where they were from? The SIP. Almost every last one of them. So when we play ULM come next season, just know that we're going to be playing against a lot of Mississippi kids. Matter of fact, one of the multiple other kids that we recruited and offered actually committed to ULM. So let's move on, brother. All right, Adrian Owens up first, man. We're going to go in the order in which they committed today. Linebacker, Adrian Owens up first. Shout out to Austin and his team, man. Dope graphics. Did a fantastic job, man. Just stellar work. From Hutchinson, Kansas, by way of – I can't even see that now. Anyway, so he came from Hutchinson Community College. Coach Hammock on Owens, the Houston native signed to Lamar out of high school. Sideline to sideline linebacker with great man and zone coverage abilities, while also having a knack for rushing the quarterback. He will be able to come in and fill a key role and have a major impact early. His style of play coincides with the JSU historic culture. Thoughts on Adrian Owens? I know he was a 6'2", 220. 6'2", 220. Rory.
Hey, man. I mean, I don't think about it this minute. Again, he has the measurables. We're talking about, at linebacker, which is a need for us. And we got some more coming too.
Hey, Justin, if you want to come up too, brother, come on up, man. As we get into the individual breakdowns, we're going to open the chat up and that way, because I don't want to try to answer every question. If you want to come up, open spot, say, yes, sir. Come on up if you want to chop it up with us. If you can, if not, then it's cool. You can stay in the chat. But go ahead, TD. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, you know me, Ken, you be excited, bro. You moved a little fast. Let me go back to the Louisiana question that you asked. We already got two of the best players, that we're going to get out of Louisiana, and Mr. Hagler and Mr. Riley. And that's just it, that is. So we already got what we need out of Louisiana.
Got some on the roster already.
Got some on the roster, so we're good on that. As far as linebacker, again, I would say this disclaimer. I'm excited about the size and the pickup of all the athlete. My biggest thing of it is I got to see it transition to the field. But with his size, his height, his measurable, and being that was one of the top position that I felt that that the coaches needed to address. They started their process. So I'm pretty happy with getting this young man. And according to their comment right there, like they made a great choice. So I want to see what happens.
Hey, Dre Neely, the supporter, we gonna cover everybody. So you ain't got to. We ain't forgot. Just hang tight. Just watch the show, and you'll see we gonna cover everything. Absolutely, man. I'm a big fan of this kid, man. I first thing to jump off film to me is speed. I think he's gonna fit well into the culture of Jackson State. I think that's a great point by Coach Hammock. Did a really good job. One of the things I did notice, TD, speed at linebacker is something that they definitely went after, and you got to love that. So first man up on the board this morning, and we got some others that we're definitely expecting to get that paperwork in. But like we stated at the beginning, signing day, early signing period is today through Friday. So any commitments, any paperwork that comes in between now and Friday, of course, we're going to add that. Nothing has happened to anybody. Signing period is today through Friday. So some may have their paperwork in tomorrow, some may have it in on Friday.
I do want to make another point too, man.
Go ahead, brother.
It's early signing day. You're gonna be hard pressed to find another FCS program that signed 20 or more players in the early signing period.
That's crazy, man. We used to not get no kids in the early signing period, bro. I remember when Brandon Frazier was like one of the first kids that had committed early signing, and we made a big deal. That was under Coach Tony Hughes. And
I remember out of Louisiana, John Eric High School.
John Eric High School. That's correct. I remember that.
But the thing is, excuse me, is again 21 players in the early signing period for an FCS program. This is also the third straight year that we've signed a 4-star athlete. So that shows consistency in doing so. Man, that's strong. I don't care what anybody says. You know, TC Taylor has come in, and it's safe to say he knows what he's doing. I mean, he had the #1 HBCU class last year, the second-ranked class in the whole entire country. And how do you follow that up, Ken? And that's without a staff. How you follow that up? By man, sitting there doing the same thing the next season. It just lets you know, man. That lets you know the talent isn't there. Even if we were to have someone to leave, you can trust with the recruiting that we've been doing, and we can plug and play.
Absolutely.
Think about it.
All right, let's move on to the next player. Next player on the list was the second man in paperwork in the room. Local kid, Antonio Ross Jr., three-star offensive lineman, Hartfield Academy, Jackson, Mississippi. Coach Anyubuaga. Coach Jason Anyubuagu. That's it. On Ross, a 3-star hometown prospect from Hartfield Academy in Flowood. He is a dominant force, and you can see that when you turn on the tape. He has some of the largest hands I have seen on someone. He racked up a crazy number of pancakes, knockdowns in high school. His physicality jumps out on the tape. A bright young man, a hard worker who loves to play offensive line. Big man in the middle, man. Antonio Ross Jr. I know Antonio 6'5", 350.
Hey, 3-star athlete out of high school.
So with the mic drop comment. TD, go ahead.
Hey man, well, from that description, Ken, man, I'm going to eat with him, man. God, that made me making them pancakes, babe.
Oh, he had 24 pancakes in one game.
Yep.
I love it.
Yes. Hey, see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and with Hartfield Academy being right down the street from the Waffle House, man, we good. So we in there, baby. So with yeah, man, I'm excited about. I mean, all the offensive linemen, man. I mean, gosh, I mean, I'm excited to see what these guys do. And then plus with the linebacker that Mr. Owens we just showed, now it's a situation where with him being a dominant linebacker the way it is, and we have Ross and the rest of these big offensive linemen coming in. Now we gotta see that battle, because that's a battle to see a linebacker shed an offensive lineman to go through and make the tackle. So man, this definitely gonna be a situation where we got iron sharpening iron, baby.
No fall over there. You got anything else though for you before we move on to the next? I think this young man is going to be a force to be reckoned on that offensive line. Speaking of offensive line, also you guys go ahead and he said they emphasize love for football with these write-ups. You can't be in like with this thing. You got to be in love with this thing. That's right, Mr. Clement.
I tell you what, too, man. If you look at what we brought in on the O-line aspect alone, man, we about to be looking to be on average, man, on the line to a man about 6'4", 315.
That's right. He said, yeah, D, that's right. Antonio Doyle hit the portal, so did Chris Gonzalez. All of that's on the internet. We're not going to discuss that tonight, though. He hit the portal yesterday. We wish Antonio Doyle well. Hate to see him go. We actually had conversations with him and wanted him to stay with us, and he decided to do otherwise. We wish him well. But we're going to get back focused on the Tigers coming in the room and not the Tigers exiting the room. But yeah, great young man, great kid coming in, and we're excited about what he's going to do. I can't wait to see Coach J.O. Get his hands on a big fella, man, and get him in there and get him in shape. Coach Beef going to whip him in shape, man, and really put that strength and conditioning on him. And this is another kid that can come in and potentially get on the field as a true freshman. So we had 2 offensive linemen already hit the portal, 3 actually, Evan Henry, Josiah Roja, and then Chris Gonzalez today. So it's very intentional about Coach J.O. looking to upgrade the room in his estimation. That's how they do. It is what it is. So we're not a part of those conversations. If they're choosing to leave on their own, or they're choosing to or it's voluntary selection. We don't know. But at the same time, we're trying to be 12-0 next season. 1-0 mentality, beat ULM. Operation beat ULM. And the only way you're going to beat a ULM is you got to be big, you got to be forceful, you got to be strong and nasty up front. That way you can go impose your will and we can run the ball down their throat. Because I'm going to tell you like this right here. We got the running backs to beat any team in the country, along with quarterback play. But my point is, if we can open holes, we got some home run hitters at running back. And we're going to get into that as we go a little further on through this. But Antonio Ross Jr., paperwork in, going to be enrolling in January. Excited to get him on campus. Next man up, another local kid by way of Kapai Lincoln, Colin, Ridgeland High School, Richard Mays. So Coach Mo Harris, offense coordinator on Mays, a very explosive wide receiver, very productive in high school and at the JUCO level. His mom and grandmother both graduated from Jackson State. He has the ability to be an inside and outside wide receiver, which makes him a matchup nightmare. As he stated when we interviewed Richard, put him in the slot, let him run them slants. Come on, Coach Mo. We need them slants next season. So big kid, man, big time pickup. 6'2", 6'1" is 262-ish. 195, 200, size. We pretty excited about Richard Mays, man, coming into the wide receiver room. Thoughts on him?
Yeah, first, I would say, first of all, he give me boy band vibes, man. I mean, he's so cool. He's so smooth with it, Ken. Even when he was talking, he seems to know what he wants. He seems to be a leader. That's what I take from it. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he's going to be a little older with the experience that he had in college, man, but he give you leadership vibes. And he knows, like I said, he has intentions to knows what he want. He want to run the slant route. He feel like he can outrun everybody on the field. So he's very confident. So I'm very interested to see how he performed. Can he back up that talk? And you know what? He didn't back down in this conversation.
TD with the boy band vibes coming. I thought he said that, but he said
I was on that one though.
Hey, you got that look, TD, like he's
he does, man.
Like they about to get down with it, huh?
He like a member from Troop or something, man. What's up, man?
My goodness, bro. Tiger DNA, man. Love it, brother. Love it, love it, love it. Any thoughts on Richard Zoe before we move on?
Nah, man, TD got it.
But no, man, I think Richard is a star. I think he is. He's going to be a great addition. I can only imagine seeing him get on the field with the likes of Isaiah Spencer, and the likes of the entire wide receiver core, man. Great addition. 1 3-star walks out the room, another 3-star walks back in the room. So another local kid. And hey, that's how you got to do it. You either replace him, upgrade him, or go from there. So happy to have him in the fold. And I think Richard's gonna ball out. Back with Zion McDonald. And we'll see what happens, man. Next up, Devin Love. We actually had Devin live on Tiger Talk today. Devin Love, offensive lineman, Louisville, Texas. Another high school 3-star.
Yep.
Devin Love, he was committed to San Diego State. the Aztecs. We flipped him. So, Coach Jason Onyebuaga, Coach J.O. on Love. Devin Love is a special young man, originally from Louisiana. So, hey, there go that Louisiana flavor right there. We got us one, TD. And so, originally from Louisiana, who moved to Texas and is an early graduate from Louisville High School, a 3-star prospect with heavy FBS interest. A combination of power and explosiveness as a high school offensive lineman is what makes him dynamic, but most importantly, his maturity and football knowledge. Devin is before his time. He's a very, very, very bright young man, very smart kid, very well spoken, and I think he's going to be an immediate impact offensive lineman in the offensive line room. Thoughts, Zoe, TD?
Man, I love the idea of getting this kid, again, another high school 3-star athlete on the O-line. I mean, well, actually, it's 3 now. No, 4. That's 4. So now we just got into it. We got 4 high schoolers, 3-star players. I mean, that's strong, man. That's strong.
It is. It's very strong. Just like the big man in the middle, big kid, man, I think he's going to really get in. And I can't wait to see them start putting that work in, man, because as soon as they hit that field, as soon as they get started with off-season workouts, it's on, man. It's operation. Win the SWAC, get to the Celebration Bowl, win the Celebration Bowl, man. That's what we're shooting for. That's the goal. That's what we're aiming for. But it's 1-0. Let's beat ULM first. But I won't spend much time on him. TD, you got anything? Because we talked to him extensively today on Tiger Talk. I'll let you guys roll from there.
Yeah, real quick. I mean, I don't have much to say, but about it. But the first thing I took from it, or I've been taking from all of the interviews that you guys have done. Great job, by the way, you and D. Corey C.
Appreciate it.
It's the family support and the fathers being in the room.
Yeah.
To support and the fact that even when talking to him, his decision came, from having a conversation with his mother and his father, his family about his decision and what would be the best. So the fact that they have that stable foundation, that family support, with a strong male figure in the house so they can talk to and relate to to help them make decisions. That was standing out to me first and foremost. Then the 3-star, and he chose Jackson State. So that alone, I'm proud of, and I like to see in even with that, now I want to see his play.
Yeah. Tough, man. One of the 4 Louisville farmers, man, that's going to be on the Jack State roster. And that includes Ethan Terrell, Ziggy Davis, Jordan Quay Davis. So we'll get into them as we proceed covering each one of them. Next man up, defensive tackle, Tymon Wells. We had him on Tiger Talk yesterday, actually. He did his commitment video on yesterday at his high school, Simmons High, Hollandale, Mississippi. Defensive tackle, Coach Bradley on Wells. Tymon is a homegrown product from Coahoma Community College. They left the A out of Coahoma, but it's all good. He is the true definition of a student athlete. As Tymon finished with the highest GPA on the team, he is a very explosive and versatile player who can play all 4 spots on the defensive line. Tymon is a big pickup as he brings a natural ability to get to the quarterback, something that we really, really, really want to do more of going into the 2024 season. He is a tough and physical player with a work ethic to match. And also I want to mention he was also the valedictorian of his high school class when he was at Simmons High School. So smart kid. Hey, he was sharp as a tack, man. You know what I'm saying? Clean as a whistle. And very, very excited. He said he got a tiger on the prowl. He can't wait to get to Jackson. He said as soon as his feet hit the ground on campus on Jackson State, it changed his life, man. And it was a very emotional time. He tricked everybody, thought he was going to Ole Miss, and man, he put that Jackson State hat on, man. So excited to get Tymon. Versatility, 6'1", 290, 285, 290 TD, can play on the edge, can play in the middle, can do do multiple things. If I had to, off the edge, if I had to put him in the mind frame, now I'm not going to go all the way and put that pressure on him, but Robert Mathis, undersized defensive lineman with speed off the edge and We love to see that's the ceiling, obviously. But I also give you Javancy Jones in a sense, 6'1" height, around that 280, 290 range, and then you'll see what we can do from a strength and conditioning standpoint, because he may drop weight. You never can tell. I love to see how the coaches tend to use him, but that work ethic, that motor, you like smart kids, man, because those smart kids are the ones that are able to dissect their playbook, process information, retain it, and actually be coaches on the field. And that's that high IQ matters. So my thoughts on him, excited to have him. I know Brother C. Lee happy, man, but another Delta kid. And these are the types of kids that Delta State and they go get kids like this and they dominate in the D2 rank. So big time pickup for us. Excited to have him. Had some really dope offers. Over, I think he had 8 to 10. He had over 10 FBS. 10 D1 offers, and we were able to land him. So good stuff. Thoughts on him?
Yeah. First of all, you already touched on the first thing I wanted to say. That suit. I got to talk to him about that suit, man. I got to give me one. That boy was clean, man. I'm here to tell you. The whole presentation was good, but I'm gonna tell you like the old coaches used to say. If you're gonna have a presentation like that, then you got to show out on the field. So now I'm looking forward to seeing that young man show out on the field. And congratulations for being the valedictorian of his class. The fact that he's getting his work in here, dominant force on the football field, excellent. So looking forward to seeing that young man on the field. If his confidence, he seemed to have a lot of confidence. If his confidence as great on the field as it is with his presentation, then boy, he gonna rock the house, man. So glad to have him. Looking forward to seeing him play.
Hey, I know. Hey, look, Zoe also a little under the weather, y'all. He said at the beginning. So on top of being tired, bro, I know you. We're gonna try to speed it up. Get your thoughts on Tymon, so we can get you up out of here once we get done.
Come on, man. No, Tymon is the player that I'm excited about so far in this class. I'm excited about all of them, but I got 2 players that I highlighted in this class. And one of them is Tymon, just solely because, a strength of the team last year was D tackle, but I think his skill set is different from all the other guys on the team at the D tackle position.
Okay.
I think Tymon could be a hybrid to where he can play D end as well as D tackle. So, in some of the schemes that we like to do. But this kid has a good motor. He's a pass rusher, man, that can actually play the run. And the one thing you want from any good D tackle or any defensive end, will be motor. He has a damn good motor.
He does.
Motor.
He does.
And, that's the main thing. Oh, coffee. Can't tell him I can drink coffee, go straight to sleep.
And they don't know. That brother can drink a whole pot of coffee and go sleep 5 minutes after. But so, while we talking, listen, if he dozes off, we'll bring him back. It's all right. We'll get through it, man.
But no, that's the one thing that stands out about this kid. And honestly, knowing what we know now, he has a damn good motor, but he got a damn good attitude. He has a damn good attitude, and he plays with a mean streak. It's like
y'all look like cousins.
Man,
wow.
But the great thing is, man, he has like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde approach to it. Honestly, high carried the kid off the field, man, valedictorian, but he plays with a mean attitude. That's a good thing about it. So I'm really excited about this kid.
Look like our men lost 100-76. Valiant effort. Get home safe, man. Let's get through this holiday season and go spend some time with the family and have a really good meal over Christmas break. And we'll come back at it afterwards and go after it. All right, let's move on to the next Tiger. Janailyn Dupree, man. Super duper excited about Janailyn Dupree. Philadelphia. Huh?
I'll say that's my second one right there.
Oh, that's it. Okay. All right, let's see. Neshoba Central High, Philadelphia, Mississippi, by way of Mississippi Gulf Coast, JUCO transfer. Coach Harris on Dupree. Very dynamic wide receiver who is also very productive as a returner. Led his team in receptions with 48 receptions, 8 touchdowns. He's the grandson of Marcus Dupree, one of the top recruits ever to come out of Mississippi. Jay has the ability to make plays, make guys miss in the open field and speed to take it the distance. If you've seen his film, Jay Dupree, man, he's explosive, lightning fast. You get him in the middle of the field, he can be a problem. So I'm excited to have him. The 4.3 speed. We definitely got faster in the wide receiver room. Not that we didn't have speed, but it may be something up with the likes. It's updated to 238. Everybody hit that like button for me, man. Even if you don't like us, man, go hit the like button anyway. We appreciate you. But yeah, man, big time talent, big time kid. A strong Mississippi Gulf Coast JUCO he led, like I said, led in receptions as well as touchdowns. And you're talking about a 10-game season. So great production and a great film, great speed, great pickup for us, man.
So look, I told you we had two. This is my second one. Hold on 1 second. Excuse me. The one thing that stands out about this kid, again, is attitude. But man, I watched this kid film more than any other recruit that we've had. And I'm gonna tell you the thing that stands out about this kid. He is a mirror image of Steve Smith.
Wow.
Listen, his game said.
Okay. I see that now. Okay.
Listen, small in stature, he plays big. He's aggressive in run blocking.
Yeah.
Very aggressive in run blocking. I'm telling y'all, watch this kid's film. It jumps out at you. He's a short kid, very quick, very fast, aggressive in run blocking, plays with a mean streak. And man, I'm telling you, he is dangerous in that slot, man. He is a great route runner. And honestly, he sets up routes too. I like the way that he doesn't just take off full bore in every route. He tries to pretty much, run. He pretty much sells a go in every route that he runs, but sometimes he builds up into speed. So he doesn't just automatically take off. He utilizes his speed, the way he needs to get open. But man, I'm telling you, and he has a second gear. This kid here is a phenomenal gift for Jackson University. I
agree. TD?
First of all, we already know he got the genes.
You got that right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got the genes get so where would you where would you put it in line with Kevin Coleman?
What do you mean?
Far as in the slot, hands, quickness, same comp.
Man, it's kind of hard to say. Let me tell you why, TD. It's hard. I can say what I really feel, but it's kind of hard to say because the one thing we'll have to wrestle with if I say what I really want to say is Kevin Coleman was a 4-star, borderline 5-star, and then Dupree wasn't. And it's hard for some people to wrap their minds around somebody who wasn't highly rated having the same attribute or could be greater than. But my retort to that would be Antonio Brown. I don't think the majority of people in that's watching this stream know that Antonio Brown was actually signed to Alcorn.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
So you see what I'm saying? And look,
he didn't get couldn't get the paperwork in or something like that.
Yeah, and he signed to Alcorn. And so, but this kid, I'm gonna say this. I think he's faster than Kevin Coleman. I'm not going to say he's a better cat. He has better hands. It's kind of
you have better more. How about the quickness? Because Kevin Coleman was quick, more so than he was fast, in my opinion.
I'll say this: I think Kevin Coleman has more elusiveness.
So Tank Dale?
I would say, well, Tank Dale was at Alabama A&M.
He was.
So, but I'll say I think Kevin Coleman has more elusiveness.
Hey, this is what you was trying to say. This is a great point. And that's what, when you said Steve Smith really was able to do that very well. Like when you throttle back to assist with your route, you basically changing gears with your route running and you're using it to get open. And it does catch people off guard. But
to answer your question, TD, I I think Kevin Coleman is a good comp to Dupree. They're about the same in stature, but I'll say this: Dupree is a lot more physical. A lot more physical. And I also think that Dupree, because of the bloodline, has a greater upside.
Well, I like the way he get off the ball.
Yeah,
he run pretty precisely. He kind of knows where he's going, and he has a quick twitch about him. So he quick to throw defenders off when he running his routes. To he like he's running straight up the field. I may go right, then I'll set him cutting him across the field to catch the ball. And he have a knack of getting over. He can he can slip by you pretty good. So I think even the few times Kevin was allowed to play, I wish he had to play more. But just looking at it, I mean, that it is a pretty good comp to me. Like you say, he may be a little more physical, though. And he don't mind going across the middle, man. He's not afraid. So yeah, man, this is going to be interesting to see the young man on the field. And like I said, with the genes that he has and the ability and the quickness that he possesses, it'll be nice to see the ball in his hands.
The Warren Newman comp, I don't really see it. I mean, more so than just size and quickness, but playing style not the same. I'm not going to force it, but he definitely is very fast. I mean, he has the speed to separate, to get a lot of yak. I say it this way: if you guys watch FAMU, think about Jamari Shareed. The way he played, I think that's his name. I know it's Shareed, number 10.
Jamari Rashid.
Yeah, Jamari Rashid. That's what I thought. That could be a particular comp. Number 10. I mean, it's very similar to that speed, and being able to get some yak, man. Great pickup, man. Great pickup. I was really excited when he committed, and still am, and I can't wait to see him come in. And but like you said, TD, that DNA is there, man. That DNA was there, and it is there. I mean, so he's a baller, man, and probably a kid that wouldn't win JUCO if he probably was a lot bigger. You get what I'm saying? I wouldn't say Marcus Riley. Marcus Riley is a different type. I mean, Marcus is a little bigger in my opinion. Believe it or not, Richard Mays kind of can fit that bill in a sense when you talk about the type of receivers that they can be. But I think Shareed being, and I wouldn't say Xavier Smith, but I would say with Shareed for that very reason, just the type of route runner he is and the way he's able to use his speed. So great kid, man. Spent the most time on. Let's move on to the next Tiger. Let's see what we got. Big Courtney Lyles, Provine High School, Jackson, Mississippi. Big Courtney, he might be in the chat somewhere, man. So by way of Southwest Mississippi Community College, Coach J.O. on Lyles' hometown kid who went to Provine High School. He worked really hard to change his body and develop while in JUCO. His positional flexibility makes him a big asset to the offensive line room. Say that again, positional flexibility. When we had him in on Tiger Talk, he said he can play all 5 positions. He can play the tackle, left and right, both interior guard positions as well as the center position. Has film at all 5 positions. He is the definition of get it out of the mud, a true worker that embraces the grind. And this is a Jackson kid. This is a local kid. This is a Jackson State baby right here. And to have him back in the SIP in a Jackson State uniform is going to be fun. Yep, does definitely have a chance to say, there you go, 2400 Robinson Road. Big time pickup, but I love the fact that they mentioned that coach mentions, the way he transformed his body. That's another way kids come out of high school, may not be ready just yet. Can go to JUCO and really add some value into their recruiting aspect. And for those of us who did go JUCO, that's the definition of getting it out the mud, baby. You know what I'm saying? I went to Holmes, TD went to Holmes. Hey, man, it ain't no glitz and glam in JUCO. You got to go grind and you got to go put that work in. And those that do usually are the ones that shine. Mississippi got the best JUCO system in the nation, in my opinion. And I don't think that's too debatable, honestly. But Courtney Lyles coming home, big pickup for 6'5", kid, 330-ish, 320-ish. Thoughts on Courtney, Zoe?
Man, let me say this. Courtney Lyles came from Provine High School. Now, from a historical standpoint, every single time Jackson State has had a player from Provine, they've been good and they've been all swag. I'm going to say it again. Every single player that Jackson State has got from Provine has been an all swag player. That's strong. Now, yes, I know to some people like, oh, he wasn't a highly rated player, but I'm going to add this other caveat to you. Not only did he come from Provine, and those of us from Jackson who knows what Provine is when you talk about football and their football lineage.
Yep.
Hey, Ken, I go so further to say we just so happen to have a coach on our staff who actually came from Provine as well.
That is true.
I was going to say it.
And not only that, Ken, what did that same coach? What did he play?
Played the offensive line.
Okay, that same coach. What did he coach?
Offensive line.
And that same coach, when he coached offensive lineman, he's had a whole bunch of Danny Dozens that he sent to college. That actually he sent about two of those players to the NFL. Yep. So what I'm saying is, typically when you get a player from Provine at Jackson State, they tend to make all swag. And I'll be willing to bet on the same statistic when it comes to this player here too. So good pickup. He has the measurables. And again, for the O-line coach to sit here and show that he has film showing playing all 5 positions in JUCO. That's strong. That's something to build on.
Yep.
Yeah, well, now we complete everything. We got players from Madison, Rankin, and Hines all in the building at one time.
Yep.
And like you said, Coach O played at Provine. And looking at this young man's resume, the fact that he can play all 5 positions, make himself very marketable and very impressive. Which would grant him some playing time. Now, how good is he at all the positions? Not sure. Not sure what's his strong point at either. Not sure. I guess Coach J.O. definitely will find out about him. But the fact that he can play all positions, especially with playing center as a signal caller, that would be interesting to see, coming from him. So Coach J.O. got himself a jewel here if the guy is definitely very proficient in all phases of that offensive line, because now you can plug him in anywhere and keep moving. So great pickup.
Absolutely. And further that body transformation, you look at, you get him in the strength and conditioning program. This is why the weight room renovation was so important. You can get more in the room at that time. When these interviews come out, it's pretty cool. DJ talked about, we did an interview with DJ Stevens. He talked about how the technology really changed the game for them. They can go in there and tap the iPad, name pops up, workout pulls up. And my point is, when you bring this big beef in the room and you got a great strength and conditioning program established with great facilities and a great nutrition, great all that good stuff, you really can see you can help get them to that next level and push them to the brink of their max potential. I'm loving the clay. We got good clay coming in, but Courtney's plug and play. He's an upperclassman junior coming in, and he ready to hit the line right away. Like I said, we don't know who's going to be in the room, who's not going to be in the room come August when it's time to play football. The portal will be open. The portal closes January the 2nd and then open back up again in April, as we stated. We hope everybody stay, but competition can cause a few to feel like, hey, man, maybe I need to go somewhere else. And we hope that's not the case. We hope everybody dig in and compete. And compete to be the best Jackson State team that there ever was. We could say that, but I like Courtney coming in. He's been in the chat a few times. I think he's a great pickup for us. Next playing up, the quarterback, the star, Mr. Ethan Terrell, 3-star quarterback, Louisville High School. Can't say enough about this kid, man. Coach Harris on Terrell, dual threat quarterback. He has thrown for over 4,900 yards, 43 touchdowns in high school. Several of his family members, including his mom, graduated from Jackson State University, Arville Terrell, and grandfather played. If you go into his mom's IG page, she actually posted photos. I like to say I would think that would be her father because that's his grandfather. And she actually had photos of, I want to say her dad while he was on the field. You can see they were in the vet, had the mom and dad on both sides. He was kind of talking to the mic. Go check that out, man. It's pretty cool, man. It's his grandfather that played at Jackson State. And this is a legacy kid, comes in. Just like I said, the most winningest quarterback in Louisville, quarterback in history. So he's a winner, 31-7. And he comes in, and this just kind of creates that pipeline of quarterbacks. And if you can get a quarterback of this caliber, develop them, and say you have a Jacoby or a Zai McDonald, and you're able to not have to have the pressure of playing right away. Not saying that he can't play. He'll be ready to play if called upon, but you don't have to force him in there. So usually, even in the NFL, the teams that need rookies to come in and play right away are teams that sucked. They weren't very good. But teams that are good and they draft that quarterback for the future, you kind of know that you can bring them along a little more strategic. So upside is unbelievable. It's a young man that you don't usually stop growing TD and Zoe until you hit about 21. So just imagine the body transformation that you'll see. You'll see him get stronger. You'll see him get a little taller, a little faster as he develops into his body, and he can be a swag nightmare. Don't make no difference what nobody else do, but you get a kid like this with this caliber of talent, keep him in the program. His measurables, he's 6'3". Hold on just a second. I think he won 90. I think he won 90, if I'm not mistaken. I'll tell you now. 6'3", 185. 6'2", 6'3", 185. So Ethan Terrell, everybody. Zoe, TD, what you got?
Yeah, man. One thing to add on to what you were saying about most quarterbacks that are selected in the NFL to go to bad team to start as rookie. Those, unfortunately, it's rare that you get a quarterback that have a longevity in the NFL when they start off like that. I think the only one coming to mind that probably did it that was successful probably was Cam, that I just can think of right off the bat. But with that being said, the point I'm making is you get a player like this type of talent, with this type of abilities, and you allow him to learn the game. You know, he can be, he definitely can be magnificent, as years go on, when he stand back and learn the game, learn the plays, and be patient and take time, to let the game come to him. So with the quarterback room that we have, with him coming in, and then his dad gave that comp of Mahomes. And if you remember when Mahomes played, he played behind, I think his name was it Alex
Smith.
Alex Smith.
Yep.
And I remember someone saying, say, hey, Kansas City got the best quarterback on the bench. Say he say as a rookie, I think even into his second year, they said they got him learning behind Alex Smith. And true enough, when the guy came in, when it was time for him to play, saying he pulled no punches, man. He came in and he did exactly what was expected of him. So with that comp and the young man coming in, learning the playbook, learning the speed of the game on college level, I'm taking it definitely that he has the smarts to do what he needs to do in mobile, being able to run and throw on the run. Got to watch more film on to see what he do, how quick he is for his thought process and reading. So with the wide receiver room, with the quarterback room, with the running backs that we have, and definitely, with that forest of an offensive line that Coach J.O. is building, man, those quarterbacks should be happy, man. Those. So looking forward to see what he can do, man, with those numbers. As I always say, man, numbers don't lie. People do. So let's see.
Thoughts on Ethan Zoe?
Man, a dog, man. He's a winner. You're talking about a guy, man, with a heralded high school career. And man, excuse me, nose running. But man, this kid played in the tough region his whole entire high school career, man. Started as a sophomore.
Yep.
And this dude is battle tested, man. Beat Allen in the playoffs. They lost to him this year. And man, his upside is amazing. He has the arm talent. He has a strong arm now. And he's a superior athlete. But again, he has some growth to do, like a lot of other high schoolers. But man, his upside, his potential is through the roof, man.
Right.
What this kid could potentially be at the quarterback spot too, and even more so in this offense, man, could be amazing. He has the measurables. I honestly think, man, he still could bowl well to grow another inch, and he's 6'3" now. So again, if he's 6'4", even he can get to 6'4", 195, 6'4", 200. He gets into his man body, man. It's going to be crazy. So a good bit of clay for us over here at JSU.
I don't think he compares to Andrew Body at all, in my opinion, other than being from Texas. Not the same playing style. TJ, this is a great point. The coaches are recruiting for the future in terms of their approach. It's showing future recruits that coaches are willing to build a team to compete, makes kids want to come in. I do want to say something about Devin Love, something that he noted, TD and Zoe. He said the fact that Quay Davis played as a true freshman and was able to be a freshman All-American had weighed heavily into his decision to coming because of his conversation with Coach J.O. talking about really being developed and being challenged. Same with Ethan. When you see the success and you see a blueprint, they just have to see themselves in that. Like I said, he's a legacy kid, but you still have to have the infrastructure in place. To TJ's point, which is a great point, we're not doing this. Last year was a little different. We needed players, man, because we bled literally through the portal due to all the changes and whatnot. But now you get to really lay your foundation. If you go and look at the successful programs that have been successful, you talk about who's sitting up top in the SWAC right now. Yes, FAMU did recruit heavily with the portal, but you got to keep in mind they had 2 back-to-back 9-2 seasons, so they had a foundation in place. When you look at some of those players, the Kendall Bowlers, the Isaiah Major, the Gentle Hunts of the world, those were freshmen that came in and kind of went through the ranks, so they became stars. And yeah, when you add a Dunn and you add a Musa, and I'm using them because they sitting up top right now. That's how you build a roster and you build a championship caliber team. But you also look at the likes of North Carolina Central, who had a Davius Richard, who came in as a true freshman, and you've seen him kind of excel through that. A lot of these programs are going to recruit the portal.
I would actually add to your point. If you think about it,
go ahead.
I would add to your point. We actually had that prior to Coach Prime leaving. So basically, what ended up happening is with him leaving, and then the roster getting attacked the way it did. The only thing that TC Taylor did last year was in turn reset the market. He reset it. He reset the roster last year. And so what did he do last year? He had the number 2 rate class in the country. So now this is just the second year into it. So you look at what we did from a recruiting standpoint last season, followed up to what we're doing right now. To add to TJ's point, we're showing you how we're going about doing it.
Yep.
So again, you go 7-4. You don't have this overhaul of guys leaving this year, and you're adding to what you're doing. So it goes to TJ point and to your point. We're setting the foundation, and now you see where we're going from a roster standpoint.
Yeah, and that's all I was trying to say. Not that I see EA and emerge from the pits of obscurity, and but nevertheless, I wanted to use multiple schools. But you can even use Howard in that instance. I know I feel like they're quarterback away, but you look at the players that made those plays for them, and South Carolina State recently in the success. When you go back to North Carolina A&T when they was dominating in HBCUs and winning back-to-back Celebration Bowls, Alcorn, and when they were having the success that they was having, Grambling as well. That's how you did it. It was a great mix of top-tier high school talent that you can develop and keep it in the program and then kind of elevate accordingly. So I love the blueprint that they've laid out. Ethan is the future. And I think the future is bright. So happy to have him in the fold and pretty excited to see his development and see how things progress with him at the quarterback position. Go ahead, TD.
I can also to add on to what you were saying, that Mr. Love spoke about. You have to come in and work, man. I mean, it's not going to be given to you for your name, for your title, where you from, or who you know. You know, those coaches are going to be fair about their assessment and what they have to do. And yes, you can have the success that Quay Davis and Herb and those guys had, you know, on the team last year. Those guys came in, put in the work, showed dedication, showed grit, and showed determination. You know, even to this point, Herb still jumping in here talking about he ready to go, man, like he a freshman. You know what I'm saying? So it holds true. You know, if you go in, you put the time in, you put the work in, then you too can succeed. So that goes out to all of them. You know, get the books, put the work in, and you know, get on the grind, man.
There you go. All right, let's move on to the next one. Next up, Zarius Bowie, another local kid, Rankin County, Brandon High School. Defensive tackle by way of Mississippi Gulf Coast, Coach Bradley on Bowie, hometown kid that loves football. Says he's an active leader in the community and on the football field. He is a team first guy who can control the middle of the line and make plays from the B gap to B gap. For those that like them that D line, that D tackle stuff, man, he's 6'1", 295, and he was a problem. He was definitely a run stopper, in my opinion, man. Just a straight up slug that clogs up the middle of the line, man. So thoughts on Zarius Bowie?
I mean, just a nose, man. Again, good motor. Then you look at he fits what we're trying to do from a defensive standpoint. You know, knowing that we're gonna be in that 3-man front, he can clog up. He can clog up a double team. Which works to what we need to get done. And he still can make plays, man. He's a bruiser, grinder, solid good pickup for us.
I mean, the fact that we got another defensive lineman to put in the middle is enough for me. I mean, he fit. I mean, he fit the bill. He looked like he has the intensity. I mean, he has the size to you know, saying to play the game the way it needs to be played. He put me in the mind of and Zoe and Ken, y'all probably remember the guy. I remember a few years ago we got a transfer from Mississippi State I think he used to carry a shovel around.
Is that Mark Pope? Not Mark Pope, but
who was that? Pope? I think he was there right around with Comedy. Anyway, man.
No, not Comedy. No, okay.
No, I think he was there. Yeah.
Who was it?
He's had that shovel, man. He just walked around with a shovel.
Core Clark.
Yeah, man. It put me in the mind of him. So just his size alone, his ability, you know, I'm looking forward to, like I said, he a local kid, man. And Brandon has another defensive lineman over there, man, that I may mention that can play, man. So we need to continue to, well, the coaches need to continue to attack that pretty hard, man. So I'm looking forward to see him clog the middle. Plus, Ken, if we play an aggressive defense.
Yeah, because obviously they have a type. That's probably the best word. I think him and Tymon actually very similar but different playing style. You know what I mean? He said, "Please tell me we're not running through." No, that's subjective. I mean, I don't know. we're gonna play a lot, man. Said Bowie is a stud. I watched him throughout his high school.
Hey.
If he gets on the field, he would be hard to get off. He can't be blocked one-on-one.
All right, question for you, Ken.
Yep.
Prior first 2 years when we beat FAMU, what kind of front did we play?
3-man.
Oh, okay. Who the head coach FAMU?
The man that only beat us once.
Oh, okay.
That's all I'm saying, bro. So anyway, we ain't gonna waste no time with that. Let's move on to the next one. Next man up. One of my favorite signings here, Sadiq Thompson. He's a very unique kid right here, man. 6'3.5", right at like 6'4" almost. But I'll just say 6'3". Sadiq Thompson, DB, Moss Point High School, Moss Point, Mississippi, by way of Jones Community College. Coach Terenzo Quinn on Thompson. Sadiq is a local talent coming from Jones College. He went to Moss Point High School. He is a relatively soft-spoken young man with a lot of potential for our program. He's lengthy, has great movement skills, and is a willing tackler. His unique blend of coverage ability and athleticism makes him a big-time find. He fits our team because he has the makeup of what we want in the room moving forward. Tough, is all about football and brings a competitive edge. So let me pull up his exact measures. For those who wanted some coast flavor, we got a little dab of that coast in the building, man. So Sadiq Thompson, 1 second.
Someone did ask that on the other screen, didn't they? Say,
yeah, hey, definitely 6'3", tall corner. He is definitely a cornerback. I think he was recruited to play safety, but he said he got to the college and they moved in the corner and he loved it. So now he's an effective corner, tall, rangy cornerback. What's your thoughts?
I mean, hey, I like it. One thing about it, we also get it out the mud. Man, you come from Moss Point, you get it out the mud.
For real.
for real. So it's a football powerhouse, man. It kind of fell some hard times here lately with the, population decreasing there, but Moss Point is a football hotbed. And but I love the measurables. Anytime you get any cornerback, man, that's 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", 6'4", that's a rarity. The last one really coming to mind is DRC. Especially when you talk about HBCU ball, one that really, really thrived, Dominique Rogers-Cromartie.
Yep.
And we saw up close and personal how he was at Tennessee State. So I love it. Again, we got to see it, and it's a need for us. We need it. And if he can actually tap into, what he got in him, it can actually thrive with those measurables, man. His measurable alone, if he's a halfway decent player, man, the scouts will come looking for him.
Yeah. Before you go, TD, led the nation in interceptions. So the proof's in the pudding. In the regular season, of course, we didn't play any more football after that. 5-time 5A state champions, Moss Point Tigers. We also had one, Dominique Johnson. TD, your thoughts?
Yeah, man, like you said, great range, great height for a corner. Enjoyed the interview with him. And like you said, he coming from Moss Point, man. So he definitely tough and got to get it out the mud, man. So he coming from tiger to tiger. When I think of Moss Point, the name coming to my mind would be Demaris Beerbro, who was a pretty stout quarterback. They were the only team back in the day who could give Sapanola a run for their money. So we know coming from Moss Point, man, that the old guys be down there balling. And like I said, man, he came in pretty chill. And let me say this while we talking about, when I'm thinking about it, because I thought about it, all those guys very well spoken. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing I was impressed with. So for him to come in and with the height, with the experience that he got from Jones, so it'll be interesting to see, what he does.
That's right, man. I think the last person that we had from Moss Point, wasn't that Daniel 88? What Daniel at? Crowell?
You got me there.
Wide receiver. Dan the man. 88. When he Crowell?
What last name did you say?
Daniel. What was Daniel's last name? Yeah,
No.
Daniel Crowell. Wide receiver. 4-star. Transfer. He was 81. Daniel Crowell.
I don't remember him from Moss Point though.
Didn't he go to when he was from Moss Point? I think he was Moss Point. 4-star. Came in from Troy. Not Dan Williams, Daniel Crowell.
I know you ain't talking about Dan Williams. I know that.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna Google exact everything. I I definitely know he's from Mouse Point. He playing some Marina ball now, you know.
He's from Meridian.
Meridian.
Oh, Meridian? Oh, it's Meridian. Okay. I knew one of them M's.
I'm telling you, man.
Meridian. My bad. That's my mistake. I couldn't remember if it was Mouse Point or Meridian. Okay, Meridian.
No, I'm telling you, man, it's been a minute since we had a player from Mouse.
A minute since Mouse Point? Okay.
Yes.
Hey, I knew I was wrong when I started you. You like, wait a minute, something ain't registered. All right, let's move right along, man. Hey, man, one of my favorite pickups of the whole entire signing class, man. Welcome back, Robert McDaniel, man. My goodness, Terry High School, Alcorn State transfer, big time pickup. For those that don't know, he was board number 29 last year. Great open field tackler, directly from Coach. Let me see what Coach Quinn had to say about him. Coach Quinn on McDaniel. Rob McDaniel is an HBCU All-American from Alcorn State. He is a lengthy and strong defensive back. He brings a physical presence to the room and great coverage ability. He will add a blue-collar work ethic to the room and be someone to turn to this season. He has value both at corner and safety, making him a versatile addition for us. And Coach Quinn said out his own mouth, he said Robert McDaniel is a pro. That's what he feels about him. He projects to be a pro corner, and you can tell he's definitely going to bring him in and help to develop him and get him to that next level. So I think he's still got 2 years with him. We don't know if he'll use just one, but I'm super duper excited about having him in the fold because we saw what he could do. We went to Gulf Coast. After he left us, for those that don't know, he actually signed on to be. He was a Jack State Tiger in 2019, and then he left, went to JUCO, and then went to Alcorn, and now he's back home. And I couldn't be more ecstatic to have him back. Thoughts?
I'll tell you what. How many teams in the SWAC can say they roll out 2 starting cornerbacks, and the shortest one is 6'2"?
Hey.
That's a damn good point. To have two tall corners on the outside. Again, and you know, I know some people are gonna say where he transferred from, but you know, originally he's a Jacksonian, you know, signed with us and ended up leaving, you know, after we made a change with our coaches at that particular time. And also I gotta add this tidbit too. John Hendrick recruited him.
Yep.
And John Hendrick recruited him when he was the defensive coordinator. And John Hendrick, as we all know, was a damn good defensive coordinator and was a damn good evaluator of defensive talent. Because, you know, I remind everybody, when Prime got here, Prime got rid of everything. The main thing he held on to was what? Defensive players that we had. That primarily Keontae Hampton and a few other defensive holdovers. That was a byproduct of John Hendrick. So Robert McDaniel fit that mold. And the kids, he could ball, man. Tall, rangy corner. And again, you add him to with Sadiq. I mean, we changed the game with that, man. You know, we're getting away from shorter cornerbacks to taller cornerbacks. And both have long arms, so lengthy.
And we still got Jalen here as well as K5 started. So love to see the competition in that room, man. Go ahead, TD.
Maturity. Seasoned, you know what I'm saying? Driven. That's what I have for him. You know,
I said TD with the one word bangers. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. I mean, very mature guy who he's coming in. He seemed like he was very excited to be coming home. and he's, he pretty much said just what he wanted anyway. So now he's here, with that height, side, and weight. He say he's ready to come in and play. So again, with mature, seasoned, knows what he wants, ready to go out and play ball. So he ready to do whatever it takes to help the team, man. So great pickup.
Wow. Brother is that Strachan? Brother PhD said Robert McDaniel will be the best player on the team. Oh wow, that's pretty. That's high expectation. I like that, man. All right.
You play too much, man. Why you come up, TJ, man? Why you ain't come up, bro? Why you
TD a poet. Hey, but no, we're gonna open it. We'll open it up once we get done.
Okay.
Here's what we'll do. And then when everybody comes up, if they have a particular player they want to touch on, we can go back to the slide, let them talk about it. So we'll keep moving. Happy to have Robert in the fold. Next up, DB, the 6'3" safety. Brandon Mitchell out of Memphis, Tennessee, Memphis Middle College, high school. Coach Quinn on Mitchell. So Mitchell is a wide receiver / DB, but obviously they spoke. You see what he's projected to play. Brandon is a uber athletic ball player. He is a great talent on both sides of the ball. He runs track, and it pops out on tape. He brings a tremendous upside to the team as a whole, being that he is as dynamic as he is. He will be a rangy player for us in the backfield, and if needed, he can get loose on offense. I like that. So you got an athlete that can play both sides of the ball, 6'3", talented kid with speed, tenacity. You already see he's got a great build. You continue to get stronger, and you bring him in, and now you're talking about a big-time safety, 6'3", Cam Chancellor size. You know what I'm saying? 6'3", them 6'3" safeties are something, man. So thoughts on Brandon Mitchell?
First of all, the way he moves in the interview, he moves very, just calm with it. And he said that he wasn't as familiar with the HBCU landscape, Jackson State, and until Coach Prime was here. And he said he started paying more attention and started watching it a little more and said, you know what? I want to give those, I want to go that route. I want to give it a chance. I want to look more into it. So he was undecided, of course, in the interview, but to see him come in and then to watch his signing day, it gave me a little more interest in him. So now I'm curious to see what he does, Ken, because coming from the interview being just kind of soft spoken and smooth going, and again he spoke well about it. He looked into Jackson State to sign, and now coach is saying that he can play both sides of the ball, and he's looking for him to play DB. And like I said, after his signing day, I'm like, okay, and now I want to see. Now I pique interest in him, so I think it's a great pickup, man. I was wondering was he going to choose Jackson State. Now that he has, let's get on the field and ball.
Oh yeah, so
I mean, I want to see a little bit of film on him, but the thing that jumps out at me is explosiveness, strong in the return game, but
yes.
explosive. I'm still kind of going through some of the players. I've seen a little bit of them. I haven't just gone thoroughly into, all of this film just yet. But the one thing I can say, it jumps out at you that he's explosive.
Yeah, anytime you have athletes that can play both sides of the ball, and you put that young man on defense with that type of athleticism and speed, and you develop them, you can get yourself a gem. I know Coach Mo Harris had him in from an offensive standpoint. He's electric. He got a lot of speed, quickness. Just looked like he was running in a different gear than everybody on the field. Yeah, it's just like, what are we looking at right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was definitely the big fish in the small pond, and you get him trained up, and just see what you could do with him. So add him to the fold and shake it up and see what we get. I think he has great upside, and he has a great attitude, and he also is a big fan of the Rough Riders. Had that chain on,
Hey, and you know what, Ken? What you and Zoe said both about his speed. After watching his highlight film, Yeah, I mean that piqued my interest too. Cause like I say, he moved very strategically. You know what I'm saying? He's not a real, and see his film and to watch him play the way he in the toughness that he has. Yeah, like I said, those are the things that piqued my interest with him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's see. Just moving right along. Next man up, Tony McCray Jr., another DB, cornerback from Lake Cormorant, Mississippi, Clarksdale, Mississippi, by way of Georgia State. Coach Quinn on McCray Jr. Tony is a local talent who played with our own Zy McDonald. He had spent the last 2 years at Georgia State. He felt it was an underwhelming experience for him and is looking for a new home. He brings scrappy playmaking ability and a competitive edge that pops out on tape, and he brings more experience to our room. He can make an immediate impact through his elite coverage ability. And that's something when you talk about Coach Quinn, who is a really good DB coach, saying, hey, y'all just hang tight. We're gonna touch on the player. All the players that y'all mentioning are still in the slide. We taking it one at a time. But yeah, big time pickup for us, Tony McCray Jr. Thoughts though on Tony McCray? Have you had a chance to check him out? Georgia State, right in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia.
No, I've only seen a little bit of film on him.
TD.
Personality. He has a big personality. He's supported by his mom and his dad. He's supported by his family, and so he's gonna he speak with confidence. And matter of fact, he said that he got a score to settle with Zy. So he say he say he's excited about coming home, and he's excited about being on the field, you know, and doing his takeover thing. So his personality is what stood out to me. So that's gonna, you know what I'm saying, add some character to the room.
I love it, man. It's gonna be a competitive DB room, man.
Yes,
we got a lot of DBs that are returning, and a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of new faces coming in, and I love it, man. I just think the competition is gonna be insane. That's if everybody stand pat. So let's build. Let's iron sharpens iron, and let's keep rolling. I know you got to roll, bro. Yeah.
Hey, good night, Zoe.
All right, brother. Peace out.
Peace.
TJ, if you want to come on up, or Justin, if y'all want to come on up, we'll add you guys, and we'll keep the conversation going. We move on to the next one. He will get out right before Kobe. Kobe Borkin, 4-star athlete, ranked as a top 25 player in Miami. As a top 25 player in Miami, he resembles Tank Davis. Man, productive as a ball carrier and a pass catcher. Quick, hard worker, comfortable with navigating through tight creases, capable of running routes from the slot in the empty set, has a high GPA. There he is. What's good, brother? But Miami Edison, he bounced just that quick. Thoughts on Kobe Borkin, wide receiver, running back / running back?
Curiosity. That what comes to my mind when I think about Kobe, man. Because when you get to looking at stars and the ability.
Yeah. Hold on, TD. Yes, he's from Los Angeles, South Central Los Angeles, California. Played at Orange High. If y'all watched the show, the past few shows, we definitely highlighted that. They show Miami Edison High School out of Miami, Florida. We also talked about him on Tiger Talk today, but we'll keep rolling. All right, go ahead, brother.
Right. Yeah. And the curiosity, because you know what I'm saying, with his ranking and his quickness and his speed and his ability, and being that he was a very well sorted out player from many different schools, even Power 5 schools, man, it brings curiosity to me. So plus he seemed to be intent and appears to know what he wants. I mean, he was very intent on speaking and to want to come to HBCU. So his mind was made up. He said this, he was curious about that, what he wanted to do. So I really wanted to see, him get on the field. First of all, to see where they're going to use him, because he has so much ability to be all over the place. But I think wherever you put him, there's going to be lightning. There's going to be excitement. You know what I'm saying? So curiosity is what I would put, on Mr. Boykin just to see what he does. What up,
All right, man.
Justin?
We want to welcome TJ and Justin and tagging in for Zoe, who ran out of gas on us, but hopefully he feel better. We'll go with TJ first, and then we'll let Justin go, and then get your thoughts on Kobe, and then we'll stay on tech, and then if we want to go back and touch on any other players, we can.
What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
Doing well, brother.
What's going on, Mr. Winston? How you doing, sir?
Good, man. Good, TD. Yeah, man. I kind of have gotten on Twitter most recently, and just kind of been keeping up with a lot of the recruits that we've been getting. So I kind of get to see some of the highlights and things like that. And Kobe Boykin, he's definitely going to be a special attribute to our team. I just really would like for our offensive staff, to have a game plan each week that we really can kind of highlight, the good things of all the different players that we have. Because I think, kind of speaking to the point that I made earlier in the chat, I think, when guys can come to Jackson State and they can, know that they're going to have a coaching staff that's going to, build the offensive or defensive game plan to highlight, various player skills. I think that's just a recruiting tool in itself. And so, it's just good to see these guys coming in and wanting to be here and, looking to build something special.
Justin.
Hey, what's up, fellas?
What's going on, brother?
I'm seeing a nice, strong class, especially in the secondary.
Yep.
A lot of height. You can see they're focusing on taller corners and safeties.
Yeah, they definitely are. And if you got any specifics, we'll go backwards and once we get done. But thoughts on Kobe? This is probably I would say you usually get that flagship commit of the class, kind of the one that tips your scale. I think he and Travis Terrell, along with Devin Love from the high school ranks, really tipped with Ethan Terrell as well. But 4-star kid by way of Rivals, 3-star on 247 Sports and on 3. But I think he's a phenomenal talent, man. What's your thoughts on him?
Deep talent. We have crazy depth at the running back position. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure a couple guys will get red shirted. So that's really good. That means the cupboard will not be bare at all.
Absolutely. And like Coach Morton said, you can also put him in the slot. So he's going to play some wide receiver as well as running back. Very similar to Savin McGee in that sense. J.D. Martin, the way they'll be used in versatile roles. But kick returns, especially, I mean, you just kind of throw it at the wall and see what sticks, man. You want to upgrade your room, and that's a good thing about recruiting. You try to get the best talent you can get in the room, and then you just let it all kind of let the work ethic in practice determine who does what, when, where, and how. But really expecting big things out of this young man. Can see him play as a freshman and just see what happens, man. Because I know there's going to be a lot of people paying attention to see how we're using him and see what effectiveness he can have. And I like what TJ said, man. We got to be intentional with that game plan, and I think we will. It's in talking to Coach CC. I mean, he knows that. Looking at the coaching staff, the coaches that he's bringing in, he's definitely going to address that, and we'll keep proceeding. But anything else on Kobe? We're gonna move on to the next player.
I did want to say this, Ken. I would like to see, man, like a formation where you have Kobe and Seven out there. Like that's a matchup nightmare, man, for whoever is trying to, like it's kind of. I'm not gonna say you can't scheme for it. I mean, but it's kind of like, yeah, you just got to pick your poison on who you gonna double team or whatever the case may be when it comes to those two guys. I mean, because just the athleticism and the speed and the quickness that those two, guys have, like that's going to be special, to see that on the field and just, have a Jacobian, just being able to be like a kid in the candy store. He can just, anywhere on the field, he can really, throw to a weapon.
You mean like in a 21, 22 personnel type set, right?
Right.
Okay. Double backfield. I like that. I like that, man. I would love to see that. You know, when you go single back with that many running backs in the room, it's hey, that's a lot of people in line, bro, waiting for snaps. So hopefully we do get more 20 something. 20, 21, 22, hell, 23. I don't care. You know, whatever we go strong. I just hope I'm gonna say hope. I think we will. Because my indicator is the offensive line reconstruction and the depth on that. I think it's gonna be a heavy emphasis on running. I really do. Next up, Devin Lafayette. This I was actually excited about. He actually committed today. Extremely excited about him. Another DB, but this is a DB / linebacker, man. He actually played some linebacker in Northern Illinois by way of Brunswick, Georgia. Coach Quinn on Lafayette said Devin is a lengthy and athletic defensive back coming from Northern Illinois. He grew up in Georgia and is an experienced, talented player who will make an immediate impact. He has had multiple of our staff's eyes on him and has been signed off as being a hard-working student athlete. So just so everybody know, he wasn't just a DB. He's going to project as a safety. This is, to me, is that John Huggins replacement. You get that safety / linebacker to fill in. But believe it or not, at 195, 6'2"-ish, 6'2", 6'3", he played the middle. He played linebacker in Northern Illinois TD and actually played very effective too. Don't have his stats in front of me, but I think he had a total of 123 tackles at Northern Illinois. So very productive, sideline to sideline, good speed, great tackling ability, but excellent pickup, whether he plays safety or whether he play linebacker. So very intentional about upgrading that area of the defense. TD, you got any thoughts?
Yeah, another mature player to enter the room who had other options. Of course, he said that he was pretty good friends with Fabian McCray. So Fabian was talking to him about him. So again, when you have experience in the room and in the huddle, someone who's been battle tested, who's been through it, who has that experience, who can lead others, young men, it's always a good choice. It can play very well. And like you said, they had him playing linebacker. He's a pretty tall kid. I mean, maybe the wheel, something like that. Maybe not, the mic, but yeah. I mean, I could see it.
Yeah, run him off the edge and go on a safety blitz or something. I just want to, man. I just want violence on the defensive side of the ball. I want nastiness, man. Just get to the quarterback. Disruption. TJ, what's your thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I think I briefly listened to his interview on Tiger Talk, and he, to TD's point, he spoke about like having McCray to kind of speak highly of the program and just what we have at Jackson State was an influence on him coming. It's good that we got guys that can come in and have immediate impact. So there's not really a whole lot of drop off just from learning the type of game plan and the things that the coaches want to do. You have guys that who already have the bills and the bodies and stuff like that to where they don't have to put in a whole lot of extra work in the weight room to get their bodies into playing shape and stuff like that. So it's just good. I just like the direction in which the coaches are going, and I think this guy he's, to your point, like just he kind of has the John Huggins makeup. Of course we got to see how that translates to the field, but just the intangibles, the things that you can kind of compare or put in perspective without, seeing a product on the field initially is a good thing. It's a good sign.
Yep.
Thanks.
The thing I like about these type of players in the current spread football, you need these hybrid type linebackers and safeties because you can put them in a box on the 3rd and 12, or 3rd and 9, 3rd and 15. They're good enough to support the run game and also get back. Just like Huggins, perfect. That was perfect for what we needed this year. And a lot of guys are, one of the worst things to be is a tweener, but tweeners are finding a lot of positions in those sub packages.
Yep.
And then to add on to what you said, Justin and TJ, with him having the size, with Devin having the size that he that he has and being in playing linebacker before, he can step in the hole, saying, and make a solid tackle, saying, if the running back or whomever get past the second level, which in turns will free cause a say is like a size, watching him, he surprised me at his tackling. I was
Yeah,
really
he's a great tackler.
surprised, what I'm saying, at his tackling ability. I was looking for him to be more of a free safety, roaming around, just picking out passes and stuff like that. But he had to play more closer to the line of scrimmage this year, and he did. He did a good job. He did a good job. Now you bring size like this in that can be in the backfield with him. Again, I don't know who's going to be on the back. I don't know who's going to be on the field. I'm just, but who's been in the backfield with him can free him up a little more for roaming and assisting in tackling rather than just having to be the last line of defense. So great pickup, with him, and that sees potential performance on the field.
One thing I do want to add is if you follow recruiting around the conference, man, you can see the quarterbacks in the East are going to be definitely upgraded. So you definitely want DBs that are going to be able to win the division. You gotta win. You gotta win. If Bethune-Cookman comes back healthy, you got Luke Sprague playing at the quarterback position. You got Harold Blood starting for quarterback for Southern. Commits to Mississippi Valley. You got Alabama A&M got a 3-star commitment transfer in from Miami of Ohio. You got FAMU picked up a 3-star quarterback from FIU in Central Michigan. You got Alabama State quarterback who took over and actually didn't look back. So, and with our quarterback returning, so there really is not going to be ain't going to be no days off in the East from a quarterback position. The West I ain't even going to talk about because the West is a mess. They got their coaching situation now. I guess the only stable program over on the West is Prairie View. That's why Prairie View always just kind of muck and mire into the SWAC championship year in and year out. But Grambling, Mickey Joseph, Southern, I forgot the coach name, but to replace Alcorn, said Thomas, Texas Southern, what the hell y'all doing? Who else over there? UAPB, they don't like their coach, Alonzo Hampton. But whatever. My point is you need DBs that can cover, that can tackle, and you need speed, physicality. And I think they've done that. So with a lot of passing, I think the passing attack is going to be something that we're going to see from every team we play in the East. So we got to definitely be able to not have a situation like we had versus Alcorn.
And you got what, Dooley at Grambling now? So
yeah, Dooley's going to be projected to be the offensive coordinator for Grambling. So, but hell, he was calling plays at Southern. But anyway, I leave that alone.
great job, good hire.
I swear. And we go to Grambling, just so y'all know that. We go to Grambling next year. It won't be a conference game, but it'll be a non-conference game against Grambling, as well as a non-conference game against Southern. And I'll just leave that at that. So 6 DBs. Let's move on to the next one. More O-line depth. Big Ziggy with it. Xavier Davis, younger brother of Quay Davis, 6'5", 3, I think it's 6'5", 350-ish. Coach J.O. Davis. Xavier goes by Ziggy and is a younger brother of freshman All-American Quay Davis. He was born in Florida and Texas. He's born in Florida and Texas. Okay. His size and physicality jump out at you. He would be a road grader. What do you say? A road grader who will move whatever is in his tracks. He has the agility and work ethic that will allow him to have a bright future at JSU. Family is family, and that really means something different to Ziggy here at JSU. So another Lou to the Jack, another Louisville, Texas farmer coming in with Ethan and Devin. So that Louisville offensive line was just crazy over there. But We talked about Ziggy, much like a different offensive lineman than his brother, Mean Street. You know what I mean? They very nice, very soft spoken, but on the field, man, they got some nastiness to him, and I love that. You know what I'm saying? Once he get his hands on you, he pretty much got you. I didn't count the pancakes, but good size, good tenacity, more of an interior guard. Not sure if he'll play next to his brother, but you never can see. You never can say. So, you know, we may get Davis and Davis, but he probably going to be on the opposite side, according to Quay. So yeah. Julian, he signed today. He was the second person we touched on. What's up, bro? He definitely signed today. Antonio Ross Jr. And we'll go back and we'll circle through all of that. I know you're just getting on, but thoughts on Ziggy?
Man, with this offensive line, with you know, if I'm Jacobian, if I'm Ethan, I'm going on the football field and I'm pushing the bigger defensive lineman in the face mask and saying, "Let's go." Man, these guys gonna be ready to play. They nasty. They, you know what I'm saying? They nice nasty, which I love. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, I'm sure that quarterback and running back room is very exciting, man. I'll be ready to go to war with any of these guys. So I'm excited to see what they all end up playing. You know, so I mean, that's it for that, man. I mean, just let's go.
TJ and Justin, anything? He said nice.
I like what they did with the O-line, man, like as far as going out to getting these guys. And I just, kind of, I guess, like a charge to the guys, which I'm pretty sure that's nothing that I have to do because the coach is going, I'm sure they do that in practice too, but just really, making sure that those guys get maximum effort in practice. Because I think what it does, like, they're able to get better at their craft, but they also, challenge the defense, the defensive line guys, in practice. And so, like, when they get in real game situations against an opponent, then, like they're already playing at a high level because they see it every day in practice.
Absolutely. Justin, you got anything?
The number one thing is if he's anything close to his brother, we're in good hands.
Right.
Hey, man, listen. Hey, that's a fact. I mean, I love his I'm telling you, he actually is a little different style to me. Quay is a little taller, but I think he got him by 3 inches, but man, some big kids, man. You can very well see, man, this is crazy when you think about the line. And we got another offensive lineman that I'm super excited about as well. But Ziggy, great pickup. More great depth on the O-line. And this is my guy right here, man. I got to be honest with y'all, man. This is one of my favorite commits in this class, Mason Barton. Kid has just an amazing build when it comes to – I thought he was going to be a tackle based off the way he is, but he's a 6'6", 315-pound guard. I can just only imagine you getting him up to 325-ish. 330-ish, and he's not a big kid like that, like a sloppy kid or anything like that. He's got really good size. Coach J.O. on Barton. Mason is from West Memphis High School in Arkansas. He is a fairly new to the offensive line position, but an O-line coach's dream. I'm telling you, man, he has the long length and size that you see in the prototype NFL offensive line. His athleticism jumps off the tape for his size. With the right development, that's the key. I believe there would be a lot of coaches trying to figure out where the kid came from. A great young man to talk to who loves football. And I'm telling y'all right now, remember that name. This is one of those offensive linemen that we're going to have to, along with Quay, we're going to have to grab him. We're going to have to hug him, hold him tight, lock the gates, because I'm telling y'all right now, he can, with the right development, he has the frame to be an outstanding tackle. You can move him to the tackle position depending on his footwork. I know Blue can speak more to that, and you as well, TD, who played the offensive line position. When I played on the offensive line, I was a center, and I only played center because our center kept fumbling the damn ball, and he couldn't snap it. So I got in there and did it, but I was a linebacker. I ain't like that, man. My head was down, and I had to hike the damn ball to get up. But This kid has an amazing build, and I'm glad that Coach J.O. said that, because a coach's dream, when I say good Clay, just a kid that when I met him, it jumped out at me. I was like, my goodness. And then when you go watch his film, Pancake City, man. Pancake City, great size, great nastiness, man. And just a baby face assassin on that side, man. And these are some of those kids that kind of slip through the cracks, not very really can still hold on that grudge from high school. Now that was middle school, as a matter of fact. That wasn't no high school, that was Chastain Middle School, by the way. Hey, so but anyway, watch his film. Watch his film, man. You see everything you need to see. 6'6", 315. Thoughts, CD?
Yes, they're gonna need security guys at practice. But their offensive line, their defensive line, Justin.
Oh, that's a good point.
Boy,
it's gonna be some
gotta
fights.
have a little crazy to be down in the trenches.
Hey, it's gonna be some fights, man. I'm telling you, man.
I'm telling you. Who I don't know who's gonna get up in there, but it wouldn't be me.
Hey, keep in mind, we still got DD, still got True, still got, you know what I'm saying? Hey, they ready to get these young whippersnappers and rough them up a little bit, man. So it's gonna be fun to see, man. But go ahead.
Hey, I want to know about young whippersnapper roughing them up, man. Look again, look what Quay did, man. Quay came in the game, you know what I'm saying? He was mauling people. I mean, and again, Kurt Ford, man. I mean, pushing folks out in his zone through the band and stuff, man. These boys right here, man. Coach J. Hey, man, them folks gonna throw a flag on Coach J.O., man. So, man, what you doing?
Shout out to Kurt Ford, man. Kurt is the prototypical do not stop blocking until the whistle blown a second time. Like, the first time he don't hear it. He be locked in, man. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm done, man.
Justin, what y'all got?
With a guy like this, you would expect him to redshirt and really get into the program, get his technique down, and just get stronger. Like you said, he's not that experienced as far as playing O-line, but you'll be amazed at what a year or two difference can make.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, I think he's gonna come in, man, hungry, ready to try to, show that he can, actually grasp, the system and just kind of get in there and work. So, I think the guys that we have, they have a high IQ. They know the game. They have, seem to have good work ethic and a good head on their shoulders. So I think, just them coming right in is gonna have an immediate impact, whether it's with, scout team or whatever, because guys are just gonna use, just be able to get better and just, really grow from one another.
Man, I gotta say this, man. Coach J.O. is a hard coach, man. He's tough as hell. He is, and you love it because just kind of sitting there watching it, and it's almost like he gonna push you to the brink of wanting to walk off the field, but it's all in love, and those guys love him, man. They love him, and he's a rock star of offensive line coach, man. We hopefully we keep him as long as we can, but my goodness, man. The call would be unnecessary roughness created in practice, TD. But great kid, man, great size. When you start seeing coaches say stuff like prototype NFL offensive line, and you get that good development, these are the ones that go to JUCO and come out as stars and get a lot of big time offers. So just prepare for some of those bigger schools to start, identifying those old lines. There was an offensive lineman that was at battle in the Celebration Bowl, him and the DN for FAMU. And every now and again, you get a couple of them. So just be the best of those in the room. Next up, Travis Ape Terrell, man. Travis Terrell Jr., wide receiver, Creekside out of Fairburn, Georgia. 3-star. Coach O on Terrell. He helped lead his team to the finals in Class 5A of Georgia high school football, a dynamic football player with exceptional intelligence and moxie on and off the field. His skill set will be used in a multitude of ways during his tenure at JSU. He possesses excellent vision, burst, and an uncanny feel for the game, allowing him to play it with pace and control while making plays. So another Got him projected to be a wide receiver, running back, special teams, a little bit of everything. Just basically a weapon. Thoughts on Travis Terrell, Justin? I'll let you go first.
Well, the thing that I like about this, it seems as we're getting guys that are going to be very versatile. I'm hoping we're tipping our hand at something there. As a 49er fan, we all know right now with McCaffrey and Debo, it puts so much stress on the defense to figure out how you're gonna guard that guy. Because you can put him in the backfield, in the slot, in motion. It's so much you can do with them, screen plays. So I'm hoping we're tipping our hand at being very versatile at our positions.
He also played some DB, man. So looks like they're gonna be playing him on the offensive side. TD, what's your thoughts?
The fact that he's from Georgia High School. The fact that he's from Georgia says enough, man. I mean, every guy I ever played with from Georgia, man, was quick, man, faster than a mosquito, man. Can't hit them jokers sometime, man. It moved really quick. So, again, man, like Justin said, with him being versatile, I noticed that we do have a lot of versatile players, a lot of just athletes. Again, man, this is gonna be this a good situation, a tough situation for coaching how to make some really good calls with the players that they have, man, because all these guys really appear to be great athletes and can do pretty much anything on the field that they choose to do. So another great one, another great wide receiver with the ball in his hand. You're probably going to take it to the house, man. So again, another great pickup.
Good deal, man. I know KT Dub asked about him today. I said, yeah, he signed, man. He coming on in. So Travis Terrell got his paperwork in. Next up, KJ Chisholm, DB, Wells Branch Early College High School out of Beaufort, South Carolina. I know y'all familiar with that. KJ, wide receiver, but they got him listed as a DB. Coach Quinn on Chisholm, young talent coming from South Carolina, is related to Jaheim Hazel. KJ is an explosive athlete with tremendous growth potential. He brings speed and playmaking ability. He is a guy that has the tools to find a way to get on the field and make an immediate impact early. He also brings a blue-collar work ethic and mentality into the room, which can only be beneficial coming from a newcomer. Just a talented kid. I know Kobe was on here one time talking, but he's also related to Irv. If he's related to Jaheim, it's their cousin. A lot of talent coming from the Low Country over in South Carolina. If you haven't done your research on him, man, go look at all the offers he had, man. A lot of big-time G5 offers, a lot of big-time FCS offers, and we were able to land him. That goes back to those relationships. So thoughts on KJ?
If he's anything like his cousin, man, welcome. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
welcome.
sir. Good bloodline.
Yes, sir.
Hazel was a big surprise this year.
He was. And he got my attention in the South Carolina State game. That's where he first peaked my interest.
Yep. His cover skills jumped off the screen when you watched him play. KJ's quick, a lot of speed. He can play the wide receiver position. But again, man, when you have speed on the wide receiver side of the ball and you move them to DB, that's how you get fast DBs. They usually play both sides of the ball, and then you put them on the defensive side. That speed translates.
And ball skills. That's my biggest pet peeve. Oh my goodness. Please just get your head around, please. I mean, it's right now it's an automatic PI. If you don't turn around, it's automatic.
Yeah, especially in the SWAC, if you can't really rely on them. You got to have good technique. And Coach Quinn does a really good job of coaching them and developing them. So another good kid to put in the fold, and you still have that group of freshmen that came in last season, with Bruce Batman Mitchell and Reek Sharp. Now you look to see that fresh crop come in and the elevation within the room. At least that's the intent. So
the quality of players that they're getting is outstanding.
Yes. It is. Definitely is, man. It's a that's why you never want to be on a team where the best guys only want to be the best guys. I want my teammates to be the best that they could possibly be, because if I could outplay them, that means that my hardest work is going to be done at practice. It's not just going to be the game. You know what I'm saying?
You have to compete to get on the field.
Got to compete, man. Portal's enticing, but you got to compete. If true freshmen scare the hell out of you, then you might be the wrong person anyway. So, yeah, man. Let's move right along. Somebody asked about Brian Bam Williams. Somebody told y'all we had him. He got Travis Terrell's teammate, Big Bam. Got him coming in as an offensive lineman. Creekside, 6'5", 350-ish. Coach J.O. said on Bam Williams, Bam is from Atlanta, Georgia, and has played football since he was 9. He is big on family, which is why he loved Jackson State. His strength and physicality make him perfect for JSU. He's just a tough dude. Creekside High School is a smash mouth program that makes Bam perfect at what he does. You can see he plays the game angrily. When you watch the tape, he has good speed and athleticism off the ball, which gives him the advantage of moving people off the line of scrimmage. He also played D-line, so he was a nasty D-line as well. But look at that helmet, man. You see that helmet on their head, man? That's you got a joke like that in front.
Big. Yeah, he
big
looks
hell,
big,
man. It's a big boy, man. It's a big boy right there, man. I'm just saying the amount of beef on that front line, man, is just gonna be crazy.
Hey, man, how much was that shoot? So we're gonna need another shoot and some blocking pass.
Well, we'll add around it. That shoot pretty. Hey, the way he used it's gonna be. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
We looking at 5 groups of 5. 3 groups of 5. I mean, going under that thing, man, or either 4 groups of 4. You know what I mean? So we got a lot of beef, man, and not to mention the beef that's still in the room. We had a couple of them leave out the room, which is not shocking to me. Because that was my question mark. I was like, man, we got a lot of offensive linemen coming in. Make you scratch your head and say, But then you see Josiah Roa exits as one scholarship. You see Chris Gonzalez, and they played sparingly for us, didn't really hit the field. But you can see the coaches going to take advantage of that. And, you hate to see Evan Henry leave, your starting center. And not sure what he does and if he stays in the portal or come back, or even if that's an option. But from what I've seen, I think he Alcorn, Alabama State, Austin P were the last 3 that I've seen offers that he got. I still see Jack State as a better option for all 3 of those. But, he got to see that and believe that in his heart. But the coaches are moving forward, man, and they brought in some beef, man, and this is one of them. Big Bam Williams. Anytime Joe got a nickname like Bam Bam, they tell you he a hard hitter, man. It's a tough joker right there.
Flintstones, baby.
I like him at the nose tackle too, but
yeah.
Lineman on the line and you never can tell. We might switch him. And when you go back to what's my man that came from that was what's his name?
Riggins.
Riggins. So Trayon Riggins, he was a defensive tackle. They converted him to offensive line, so it ain't far fetched now.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that he could easily convert from
Yeah.
offensive line to defensive line. I'm gonna tell you who he remind you of, man, and from a defensive line standpoint. Big K-Tron Evans. Just saying. What up, K-Tron? Holla at your boy, man. To your point, Avery Johnson posted this week, the only way to greatness is if you make the person next to you better. That's absolutely correct. Juice said the O-line will have depth, will be the strength of the team. I actually agree that. As a matter of fact, you want your O-line to be the strength of the team. Listen, man. Hey, you want your O-line. You want Jacoby or Zod. Hey, you want them feeding them big boys, man, saying, look, man, appreciate you for all that you're doing. You want them running backs coming and loving on them, man. So JSU is going to need their own grocery store. Hey, man.
Hey, I was thinking that. I didn't say it, man, because I was just thinking, like, man,
that training table going to be crazy, man.
I was like, Jacoby, I'm going to need some serious NIL, boy.
Hey, we need all the local grocery stores to sign these offensive linemen, man, and make them, come let them market your, come, use them, man. Go to the JSU marketplace and reach out to these old linemen, man. Free food,
Like
free groceries.
like first said, somebody grandmama better feed these boys.
Man, who grandmama? Boy, yeah, man.
Hey, you're gonna need a few grandmamas.
Yeah.
Yes,
Hey, Justin, hey, what you know about those those pots that still way up here in those spoons that was about this long, man?
Yeah.
That's some serious cooking now, boy.
Industrial.
Next up, last on the list is Joshua Nobles. He got his paperwork in. Now, the reason he didn't have I don't think he made an official visit. 6'3", 255 edge rusher. Perfect timing with the exit of Tony O'Doyle. Western Michigan, Blackwood, New Jersey. Coach Bradley on Noble. Joshua is a highly decorated player, as he was one of the top prospects in New Jersey. He was a 3-star. Joshua transferring from Western Michigan, where he played in 11 games. Joshua does a great job of playing physically off the edge in the run game and against tight end, 7-tech. Josh also has shown that he generates a good pass rush. He should be a great addition to our room. So he is a beast on defense. And like I said, Deuce going to be missed, but we welcome 98 in the room, man, and we got to keep it rolling. Camden, New Jersey, Blackwood in the house, Eastside High School. Joshua Nobles, thoughts on him?
Hey, man, yeah. First of all, man, you looking at his size and, you know what I'm saying, and his abilities, according to, his profile, you say him and you put my man, what's the defense in there? Webb.
Webb.
Man, man, oh boy, yeah. It looking sweet, bro.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want size, physicality, man, and speed. We got fast linebackers that can, make in fast DB. I like it, man. I like the makeup of it. You know what I'm saying? The objective is to get get the offense off the field as fast as you can, bro. So I think they're building a really good defense, and I don't think we're done. Definitely not done. I know I was waiting on Jaden Ward, Northwestern State transfer linebacker, to get his paperwork in. So probably get it in tomorrow, and we'll add him to the Friday show. But definitely expect a few more. I know Jalen Payne, the punter, just to name a few that we know that are committed, that still got a few more days to get their paperwork in. And who knows, we may even see a player or two that wasn't even mentioned. There were a couple of PWOs, preferred walk-ons, that committed as well. But if they don't have an edit in the school, then put it out. We'll just keep it along the lines of what they put on the page. So go ahead.
Justin the King, this is what I'm thinking right now. The punter's a 5-star, right? Is that
according to kicking metrics?
Yeah, I mean, what does that consist of? I mean, is he punting the ball through the goalpost? I mean, what's going on with that, man?
Well, it's a lot of different factors, and I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend. I asked that question in his interview. He explained it. Yeah, he explained it in his interview. Yeah, this. You know what, Eric G? I'm glad you said that. They done got lazy again on us. That's why it sucks. You know what I'm saying? It really do. Because they definitely done got sloppy on their reporting of Jackson State. It's almost like it don't even matter no more. But anywho, we know what we got and we know what we getting. That's why we doing it. But anyway, go ahead, brother.
Now this is just interesting in the 5-star point, man. I mean, even the punter that we had last year, I was at awe with the way he kicked, man. He kicked like he passed in the ball. So man, yeah, man. So that special team room, hey, did that room look good too, Justin?
Yeah, we're upgrading. We're definitely upgrading.
Yes, sir.
And he said like it was based on camps and different kicking strategies and stuff like that. I've never really paid attention to, the punters. So I was surprised, but we definitely be thankful especially after that 2 or 3 game stretch that we went through.
Oh my goodness.
We didn't have a kicker. That was rough. That was
bro. As a matter of fact, Alabama State, that hurt us. That hurt us.
rough.
Alabama State. Field position was brutal.
One game we had a 2-yard punt.
Hey, and you appreciate, Avery, because Avery stepped in and
He tried his best. Yeah.
he did what he could do. But Avery, like, look, man, I'm a long snapper. I'm taking one for the team, right? Speaking of long snapper, it looked like Hunter Burns returned, decided to get out of that portal, come back to Jackson State. So we're sitting pretty good with two long snappers. And then we even picked up a PWO punter today as well, a walk-on. So definitely healthy in the kicking game. Hey, we got so many kickers over there. We ain't gonna never have that situation again.
Right. One thing I like about these coaches is they're not resting on their laurels. They're not afraid to bring in more and more competition. Some coaches, okay, I got a guy. We're good in this position. No. If they see someone out there better, they go ahead and get them.
There it is. Corey shout out to DJ Unpredictable. Brother Karamu said Tiger Talk, the 1400 podcast is an NFL, Adam Schefter, Jackson State football, and more. Support them and trust them. Hey, man, we working, man. We definitely working to bring y'all all the content that we can. Got to support it, though. Appreciate, bro, for shouting us out like that. But we definitely going to continue to try to bring that good stuff. Everybody, the link is open if you want to come up and chop it up with us, whatever's on your heart and mind. Matter of fact, you know what? Let me go back, Justin, real quick. For those who maybe joined us late, we'll go all the way back to all the commits. For those that didn't know, we signed. We got 21 early signees, and first up, Adrian Owens. For those that was on there. So if you want to come up, you have to come up and talk about the particular player. Adrian Owens, Antonio Ross Jr., Richard Mays, Devin Love, Tymon Wells, Janalen Dupree, Courtney Lyles, Ethan Terrell, Kazarius Bowie, Sadiq Thompson, Robert McDaniel, Brandon Mitchell, Tony McCray Jr., Kobe Boykin, Devin Lafayette, Xavier Davis, Mason Barton, Travis Terrell Jr., KJ Chisholm, Brian Bam Williams, and Joshua Nobles. Those are the 21 commitments today. Any particular players that you didn't get a chance to speak on, Justin, that you want to touch on?
No, not really. I'll just have some general questions because I'm really not that well versed in recruiting. These signees or all of them just commitments right now?
Those are all the signees today. Those
okay.
Those are so everybody. So yes, Nate Blunt did commit, and I think we're gonna have him tomorrow on. But again, as we stated, we're not gonna actually highlight them tonight unless they actually sent their paperwork in. Because one thing that happened, and you have to also look at that, you can have a lot of commitments, but it don't mean a hill of beans if they don't sign the paperwork and come in. We actually had some commitments last year that we had 3 linebackers that were supposed to show up, and neither one of them came. So those are the 21 that actually submitted their paperwork with the expectation of being on campus in January. All of those student athletes will be enrolled in January.
Man, that's great. The extra semester head start is leaps and bounds.
Absolutely. Devin Love, I was excited about, but they all will be there in January. So that's where the December signing class comes in. If they don't, there's actually a couple of other commits, but they're going to be in February. They're going to announce it then. So it's no big deal if they're still in high school and they got to finish their school and their curriculum up. Then, hey, they can commit in February, and then they join the team in May or June or however that goes. So he said on commitments, is anything in writing or is it just an announcement they play? So basically it's verbal. The players lets the coaches and the staff know, hey, I'm coming, I'm committed, and then they go out to the world and they express that. And you roll with that. Like today, for example, there were several commits that actually did not sign with the school that they were committed to. Several. And you getting alerts, such and such flip to this school. And you can flip a person on that day. So until they sign that paperwork, they can be committed as they want to be. They about as committed as, you know what I'm saying? So a commitment is only just a verbal non-written agreement.
Yeah,
The
it's like
contract
giving you.
don't start until you sign your name on it. And now you're saying I'm signing and I'm committed that way. So that's what that is. So that's why it's called National Signing Day. Today is when they sign the dotted line and they fax in that paperwork, and that paperwork gets submitted to the university, and then the enrollment process starts with housing and all that good stuff, where they get ready to start getting them squared away, get them moved to the school, and get the ball rolling on that.
So I guess a commitment will be like a handshake and and signing and putting your name on that piece of paper, that document, that agreement. That means that it's all good.
Yeah, that's it.
When did they start the early enrollment? Because we definitely didn't have that option back then.
We remember they changed it a couple years. Well, I'm gonna say changed it, but early signing day was always there. But I want to say within the last 5 years, it really became a thing where the early signing. It used to be National Signing Day. February,
right?
Yeah, and it's February 7th. It's still National Signing Day, but schools started getting ahead of the curve and just jumping in there real quick. But this is also unprecedented. You gotta keep in mind, ain't no other school in the SWAC signing that many players. Most of their commitments are probably gonna come in February. And I'm not trying to, diss anybody, but 21 players signed to enroll in January is crazy for FCS program. Especially with that many star kids, 3-star, 4-star talented kids, man, it's a new day, JSU.
So
in the right direction.
So with all the excitement in the air and everybody, excited about the signings and the recruits, when does the play come? When do the workouts come? Spring game, what, April?
I would say probably April 13th, probably.
So they probably as far as the spring game or the work.
You get 15 practices in the spring. As you build up to your spring game, probably do a couple of scrimmages. That was the other thing last year. Remember when we was losing bodies and injuries, and as y'all remember, we went into the spring game with 7 available offensive linemen, and we wound up having to not use them. We was strapped for bodies. That's why Coach TC went to a 7-on-7 part of the spring game, just to get some more reps in without actually taxing your offensive line, because we just didn't have the body. So now from a TD, I want to say they'll all report middle of January for my thought process. And then from there, you start
weightlifting and running.
You start conditioning, you start strength and conditioning program.
Mm-hmm.
And
getting into the playbook. I mean, that's just such a big advantage compared to someone who comes in the summer, especially someone who comes in August. They're so far behind.
Yep. Hey, Ken, I'm calling up Beef. Tell him to put my name on that iPad, baby. I'm going. I'm lifting.
Hey, go do your thing, man. You can go lift with Coach Kendrick. I'm pretty sure he'll let you come in there.
Man, those guys solid, man. It's like those guys be getting it, man.
Yes, indeed. Let's see.
I'm excited to look at some film on a lot of these guys. I haven't really had a chance to look at it, so I'll check out.
Yeah, I think the film is really where it makes. I watch film on all of them. Let me see, who haven't I watched film on?
So Ken, as far as linebacker, man, do you think still running like maybe a 3-man linebacker, or is it gonna be more, because Justin, I hadn't been able to figure out the linebacker position for a long time, bro. Back when Singletary and everybody play, you can tell who the mic is.
You can't really run 3 linebackers anymore. Like I always say, everybody's running 3 and 4 receivers now. So one of your linebackers is kind of in a quandary. He has to help on run support, and he also has to get back and help that slot, that's cover that slot receiver. So
Yeah.
at most, if you got two good athletic linebackers, you can play two. You maybe can squeeze them in on a first down, maybe. But when they go, trips right and one receiver to the left, it's hard to have three linebackers on the field, man. I mean, unless they just super athletic, because just conventional football, and as a former receiver, you're not going to let a linebacker cover you, period, point blank. They're not athletic enough. They can't bend enough. They're used to dropping in hook zones, curl zones in the
Yep.
middle. They're just not used to covering your average slow receiver, but a decent, solid, quality receiver. Oh man, he gonna cut them up easy.
Yep. Well, that's why you look at the makeup of the linebackers that we got. All of them have a similar build, that 215, 220 size spaz.
The old safeties, everybody kind of dropped down now. The old safeties that were 220 and 225, 230, they kind of have to drop down to linebackers now. Those linebackers drop down to DNs, those DNs move inside. Spread kind of made everybody go a little smaller and faster on defense.
That's
you
facts.
just can't be 250, 260 at linebacker anymore. That's just,
if you do, you better be super athletic and with some quickness to you, and that's doable.
4-4-3.
But if you look at, I'll give you a perfect example, TD. I'm gonna pull up a player, and y'all know where I'm going when I give you his name. Let me pull up his measurables real quick. And he's a linebacker now.
Unless you knock him down as they exit the line, as they come out the line, just go ahead and knock them down.
Yeah, you got to do so much more at linebacker now.
So I'm gonna give you size. 5-star linebacker, 6'1", 220.
Yeah.
5-star TD. LSU. Who am I talking about? Harold Perkins. Harold Perkins is a nightmare for offenses, man. And he's a sack machine. Literally 6'1", 220. And he was probably 215 when he went to college. 5-star. And I'm talking about, the problem is those size linebackers are very difficult, especially if they got a motor. They give them D linemen hell, man. Look at James Houston. James Houston was 240 though, but James Houston was every bit of 6 feet 6'1". You know what I mean?
Long arms.
Strong, long arms, and he just had a very unique build with a lot of bend. He could bend like he can bend. But when you look at that size, though, so when you look at the linebackers we have, you got a linebacker that's 6'1", 6'2", 220. That's your prototypical linebacker now. You know what I'm saying? With good speed.
That's why Huggins was such a good fit when they moved him down at linebacker. He could hit, he could cover. He had good speed, good height. That was a perfect position for him.
And we got both of the linebackers that we had committed that we add, Jaden Ward as well as Rari, both 6'2", 220.
Because if you're going to run that 3-3, the thing I would like to see in that 3-3-5 defense is some exotic. You want to see a corner blitz, safety blitz. You look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, even though they ran a 3-4, you didn't know who was coming. A corner could be coming. All 3 linebackers, all 4 linebackers, a safety. If you're going to run that type of defense, you got to be exotic with it. You just can't run just 3 straight up the field. That's pretty. Your ends are getting killed. They're getting double teamed almost every other play. So when you're running those three-man fronts, you still want to send guys from different angles, A gap, B gap pressure. The corner's coming. So that's kind of, you're putting so much pressure. That's why we all said our linebacker group wasn't our strongest position, because when you're running on a 3-man line, those linebackers got to be A+. It's just putting so much on them.
They got to be able to get off the blocks.
It's a hard, because you got to support run and pass.
Right.
Yep.
And usually, man, if an offensive line get his hand on you, I mean,
with that size, it's going to be a little harder for them to get off those blocks, because you're about 215 to 225. You know,
I mean, you also factor in just from what we have returning with Jabarian Jenkins as well as Alan Walker, which his Pop said that he's projected to come off the edge this year, or outside rather. And then you have your Mike. I mean, I like Jaden and Mike actually. We got to get his paperwork in, but he's definitely committed. Unless something changes. Had another linebacker that I thought we was gonna get, Trey Pinckney. He actually committed to Southern Miss though. I was like, damn, I really wanted him. I'm also looking at another young man from Hutch that we actually had in on a good visit, brother Kamara, Balansima Kamara. Just a problem transferring from Temple. We're gonna see what happens over the next couple of days. So still got some talent out there. Brother Villanueva could potentially be committing, coming down the pipe. Another offensive lineman, RJ Adams. I mean, we got some players out there. I didn't see them commit today, so unless they committed and I ain't seen it, but
He's a center, man.
both of them are.
Okay.
Both of them are. So we need a center.
I'm actually surprised. I'm actually surprised that that move, because he was. I mean, he seemed like he was very excited and already, down for the cause. But
which one?
Villanueva.
Well, he's actually going to commit. He's going to commit TD in I think Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. The chorus said it's something. I think is in honor of his grandmother or something to that effect. So we like our chances with him. I think we get him. So we'll see. Back started itching, damn. But yeah, man.
Been an exciting day, man. Again, kudos to you and Corey C for doing y'all thing, man. Y'all
great job.
Proud. I mean, and you could not hide your excitement, sir.
Hell yeah, man. Listen, man. This is what I've been doing this a long time recruiting.
Not hide your excitement.
But you know what though? Let me say this, man. When you have family members and friends, it's different, man. Yeah. It was even different for Tiger Talk. Like we winging it, bro. We ain't used to being in that type of space. So even what you're gonna say to the parents is because it's free flowing. It's like, okay. And I'm glad to be doing this where it's kind of impromptu, kind of prepares you for that. And we've been doing live for so much, but which allows kind of Corey to be a little bit Corey's always cool, calm, and collected when it comes to that. But my thing was the look. We wanted it to look good, you know what I'm saying? And not just be out there all raggedy. And I think we hit the ball out of the park with that. But it's also allowing us to brand the podcast in a great way, and people are seeing this as and seeing ways to utilize it. So the more eyes that gravitates toward Tiger Talk and that's looking for JSU recruiting, and then you can come on late night over here with us on this channel, and we go from there. So that's the new wave now.
Hey, Edwin, to answer your question, yes, man. I actually think we have some.
Do you not believe you can find 3 dominant linemen to demand double? Oh yeah, absolutely. You said opposing team is blocking with 5-6 people.
Yeah, you can. That's what you want, but it's just like a 3-4 defense. That's what they do. Your 3 down linemen are technically all D tackles, and they're just taking away blocks. It's a philosophy. It's a preference. You can't do that. But like I said, again, you're putting so much stress on your linebackers to be the playmakers. You really want a defense where you're kind of sharing the burden, I would say.
Yep.
You don't want to just put all the pressure on one unit because our D tackles, in my opinion, was the strength last year. Yep. Jeremiah Williams, True Thompson. Then you had Davis. I mean, they really made some, what was it, 98? Can't remember his name. 98. Yeah. I mean, they were really strong in the middle. It's just that our DNs were getting double teamed so much, they just couldn't, get off because Webb is a man child out there. If you could just free him up on some one-on-one type situations, I think he'll flourish a whole lot more. I mean, you can do that, but like I say, it's just preference. There's no right or wrong way to do it. We all just want pressure on the quarterback.
And you know what? Tyrese came on very strong toward the end of the season. Didn't realize the kid is as big as he is, tall as he is. So yeah, he got my curiosity going out the season to see what he'll do this season. Phillip Webb, you make him mad, man. That's a problem.
I love to see him play more often.
Ooh, yes.
Let me find out what it is that pisses him off, and we'll do it right before he come out the tunnel.
Hey man, I seen a couple. I mean, against Southern, man, he was taking on and see what, and I give him credit for this. What the average person might not recognize, even when he wasn't getting to the quarterback, Justin, he was demanding sometimes double and triple teams.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he was eating up some of the blockers. So when that guy get that push on and he know he's going for the quarterback, he's really hard to stop. So I actually want to see more of that push from him. And with the recruit that we just got coming in, with the height of both of those guys and the tackles that we have.
That's another tackle that people forget about, Goldmouth, who's redshirted. Actually, it was a problem. Great defender. And
I definitely want to see some of those. I would definitely want to see some of those freshmen that got redshirted next year. It'd be interesting to see who can get a little playing time. There'll be great progression just to get into the rotation next year. That'll be the goal for a lot of those freshmen, just to get them some playing time. The ones who took a redshirt year.
So what could be qualified as?
Who?
Redshirt
freshman.
Yeah, redshirt. They're 4 years of eligibility.
Yes.
Yeah. Same with Bruce. Same with Batman. Nyreek. Same with DeQuarius White. Same with I want to say Jace Ward, Sebastian St. Louis, because you could have played 4 games up until and still keep your red shirt. So, yeah, it's there.
And typically, most people don't really play until their 3rd year anyway. So if they can kind of get a little playing time going into their 2nd year, that's a big plus.
Yeah, that's right. But no, I'm a big 4-2-5 guy. I like that.
I prefer that as well.
To your point, you don't see a lot of 4 DBs either. That was the whole purpose of not having. Most teams substitute one of the linebackers for a DB, and that nickel position is definitely necessary, man. So, especially with some of these pass happy offenses,
it's getting to the point where you really only can have about one good linebacker on the field, one true traditional linebacker on the field.
Yep.
Wow. Unless they're good in coverage, huh?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's just going spread. It's just everybody out of shotgun every play. That's just the offense now. Nobody really runs under center anymore. Like I always say, there's no rule against it, but it's just what it is now.
I tell you one daggum thing. That if I was a team that is challenged for wins and I just can't, man, I would triple option the Joker to death, man. A triple option would be a nightmare for some of these defenses, bro.
Yeah, a lot of colleges run it. Of course, you got your I don't know if it was Army or Navy. One of them, they run it. It's the was the D2 school that just won, and I forgot. They said they had like a few passing yards on a year. Whatever Division II school that won the championship.
What was that? I don't know that one.
I just saw it on Facebook. They didn't have. I mean, they had like passing yards, but it was a very low number. I don't really keep up with it, D2 level too well, but they won the national championship.
Wow.
So somebody can look
But
that up
that's my
for us and
point,
let us
though.
know.
You smash mouth football. It ain't sexy, but it's effective. There you go.
Honestly, Ken,
Harding. Oh man, Harding got amazing facilities, by the way, too. Y'all go
honestly,
for
Ken,
Harding. Go ahead.
honestly, more teams should be doing that, because you're running yourself into a brick wall with everybody knows. It's hard to find good quarterbacks in the SEC, let alone the SWAC or any lower level. So you got to play to your strengths. A lot of these teams really need to be running the ball, but like I said, everybody is so copycat. Everybody want to run shotgun and throw the ball all over the place, but you don't have a quarterback that can accomplish that. So you really need to be running the ball, playing ball control. Of course, I'm biased. I went to Provine, so that's kind of instilled in us. Run the ball, play good defense.
Hey,
I'm not saying
I tell you this, man. When I think about the 3-5 defense or 3-2, whatever you want to run, with the offensive lineman that we have and the ones that coming in, putting your quarterback on the center, man, that is the recipe for touchdowns.
oh yeah,
You know what I'm
4,
saying?
11 rushing per game. That's crazy. but yeah, TD,
Holy shit. I'm sorry. They ran for 6,161 yards, bro.
There's
That's
still some teams out here. It's still some out here.
Man, 79 rushing touchdowns. Man, hey, listen, with all the running backs we got, boy, they happy, boy.
Look, mouth drooling. They drooling at the mouth. Boy. Yeah, man. It's more
But I was
teams really need to.
that, though. Say what?
I said more teams. Honestly, more teams really do need to run the ball more. It's just a sign of the times. Because, like you were saying, the first thing you do, you come out, you see a team in a 3-man line, run the ball. Period. If you got if it's 2 high safeties, 3-man line, I always say I call it a soft box. If you got a 6-man box, you should be running the ball. You got 5 linemen, and you can use the quarterback as a read as well. So basically, you're man on man, and as well as a lineman, I like the lineman who can hit that D tackle, then get to that second level. So some linemen actually can block 2 men on the play. So you either man on man or you have a numbers advantage, but you're passing into a disadvantage. I mean, the game is really not that hard. It's kind of simple. We kind of make it a little harder, but a 6-man box really should never stop your running game.
And then Justin, that's where your skill on your running back come in, because now you got the offensive lineman who has turned that man on the inside or out, got up to the next level, and then you let the running back do what he do.
And a good running back not getting taken down by arm tackles, and the first man should hit. So, it's just simple football.
That stuff should go on.
That's what Brother George said. We're going to kick all y'all ass in 2024.
That's the goal.
That's the goal, damn it. Yeah, man.
We have a good foundation. I like the foundation. I like the direction. We just got to clean up a few things here and there.
Yeah.
Because this year showed you they could bring the talent in. I mean, I don't even know if I ever been on a team with 5 running backs. I mean, that was the depth at receiver. The O-line played a whole lot better going down the stretch.
They're the best defense in FCS. That's debatable. Very debatable. Best defense in the SWAC.
I'm not saying it can't be done, but I'm just telling you that you shouldn't be able, on a good, solid offense, a 6-man box should not stop a running game.
Yeah, that's true.
Why do most teams drop a safety down in the box? It's for run support.
Right.
When you're running the ball down their throat. Because a lot of times that extra linebacker is so wide. Like when you saw Huggins play, he was so wide,
And then
you're in no man's land.
And then just even if you think about it, a lot of the defensive end or D tackle run themselves. Well, definitely defensive end run themselves out the play. A lot of the time.
Yeah, a lot of. I mean, you have to, and most teams run a read option, so you have to at least respect the mesh and the handoff.
That's a great point. One of the principles of the RPO is to run the ball at 3-man fronts with 2 high safeties.
That's football. That's football 101. It's
101.
just football 101.
Yep. That's a good point. Let's see. Like the offensive lineman coming from Louisville, the continuity, then them having time to grow with the rest of them. Good foundation. I want that 5-star teammate class of 2025 too. He got an offer. He got some interest per the dad today. Man, I was saying, let me ask you this, and I know we got a few more minutes before we get ready to get out of here. So everybody, we was talking about the Alabama A&M coach that made the comment about, developing kids up until the next level, right? But honestly, bro, that ain't a bad approach when you look at like a 5-star kid that you can sit down and get like a couple years. Because this is what we know, TD. 5 stars ain't coming to HBCUs. Let's be real about it. Travis Hunter was an anomaly. Let me say this, though. This Louisville to Jackson pipeline is real. That's 4. That's 4 young men from the same high school, and they got a younger offensive lineman over there that is a 5-star kid right now. Could you imagine getting a kid to settle on the ideal of being the face of HBCU football, making a decision for a season or 2? You know what I'm saying? And what's going to have to happen though, TD and Justin, is that if they do something like that, we're going to have some players in the community, businesses that are going to have to get active with that NIL that can make that be whatever. And that's actually not a bad conversation.
I understand what he was saying, but as far as just broadcasting it, right.
No,
I would say something like that behind the scenes.
Facts.
And sell it to them.
This is a private conversation we're talking about. This is I'm sitting down with your mom and dad, and I'm having a conversation selling you on the idea of if you're going to go to Bama and sit for 2 years and hit the portal and go somewhere else anyway, why not come to an HBCU, get all the glitz and glam that come with it. You're going to be the talk of the town, the talk of the city, and you can get developed or what have you. But I think what happens is some fear that if they go and they don't produce, then they're going to knock their ratings down. But if they're a dog, man. You know what I'm saying?
What Ken, I heard you say that. I was at the gym listening, and I was like, I don't agree with my guy on that one. One thing that
you on it. I mean, because it ain't happening. That's what I'm saying. It's
the reality. It's the reality we're in right now.
I said what I didn't agree on. If they come, stay. You know what I'm saying? Make it happen.
I would love for that to happen. Perfect world, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about, TD. I ain't selling that idea, but I'm saying, hell, we got players that ain't 5 stars that's leaving right now, and we that said they were staying. I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna park that. I'm gonna stamp that right there. I'm locked in. I'm 100%. I ain't going nowhere. And just like that, in the portal they go. Whatever. The point I'm making is this is not a public broadcasting of, hey, come play for us for 2 years and leave us. I only said it to you, TD, because that's how what we're saying is we can't sit up here and act like that ain't the reality, bro. The reality is you can actually attack the portal and not be reactive to the portal where you get gutted and now I got to go get me some more players. I'm just saying. If you sat down with a fight, this is all I was trying to do, and I was being strategic because we were talking about Devin Love coming in.
Right.
I'm saying, shucks, Ethan's dad said he's interested. You already know damn well, man, in Texas, in the great state of Texas, the Lone Star State, man, you're not gonna have no 5-star kid playing in 5A, 6A football, man. That they're gonna allow to flirt with the idea because that now you messing up the money. Wait a minute, man. What you doing? Talking about you going to this HBCU stuff. They gonna poo-poo that in every hand that they get because they don't want 5 stars coming to HBCUs, bro. Deion was an outlier. That was an anomaly. You know what I'm saying? So they could sell the ideal on, oh, well, he didn't really commit to Jack State. He just committed to Deion. You know, look at where he's at now. He left as soon as Deion left, he left. It keeps the power structure in place. What I'm saying is, but if you're talking to parents and you're saying, listen, you got 4 of your former teammates over at this university and they're thriving, they're doing well, and you bring him on a visit and we sit down with him on Tiger Talk and the coaches recruit him and they love on him, why not consider it? That's all I'm saying, because it ain't no guarantee that he going to Alabama and staying. That's all I'm saying. He can go to UT, but it don't mean he going to stay all 4 years. So it's not I don't get emotional about that and be like, well, if you come, then stay. No, I'm just saying the portal is a real thing. And what I'm saying is that if you tell me that we can snatch this is what that does though, because we're not talking about imagine the headlines, bro. Imagine the marketing, because you remember when Travis committed?
We saw it. Yeah.
Guess what happened? Guess who else committed because Travis committed? We were just talking about him earlier, Kevin Coleman.
Kevin Coleman. Yeah.
Kevin Coleman said, man, when he saw that happen, that happened. So I'm just saying.
I
guess my go ahead, Justin.
No, I was just saying a lot of people are with just anything, a lot of people are afraid to be the first one to kind of make that
question. The irony of that question. The APR dungeon, fellas. Anyway, let me see. No, it doesn't, because you're not going to get many 5-stars. You're talking about one kid. And then you're also talking about the fact that if you got a good culture, you're talking about a smart young man. He's Nigerian. I'm using him as an example. So usually, with Nigerian family, and education is big in the community. You get what I'm saying? It's big. So I don't expect him to go to college and not get his degree. That's one thing. So we're not talking about, we've been having this conversation since 2020 when McCool Maker decided that he was going to go to Howard. Didn't work well for him because he just wasn't very good, in my opinion. But it's going to take somebody going to have to do it. Go ahead, TD. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you didn't cut me off. I was actually about to cut you off. Well, I guess what I'm thinking along the line, Justin and Ken, as far as a 5-star coming, to HBCU, specifically Jackson State, they get here and like you just said, if they are that dude, if they are that player, the ultimate goal is to what? Get to the NFL, right? Just right. And if you that man, especially, and we're speaking on offensive lineman right now, and you're dominating the stuff the way that you are, you're gonna get those invites. You know what I'm saying? Those Senior Bowls, those Shrine Bowls, those NFL PA Bowls, where you're gonna get those same looks. So you know what I'm saying? Come, do what you do. Be the big fish in a little pond.
But that's it can be done. Conversation, though. I'm gonna tell you why it's a different conversation, and this is the reality of it. Can we be frank? NIL is a whole different conversation for certain players in college right now. There are some players that say they want to get that bag, but come on, let's be real, TD. They ain't getting no bag, man.
No.
And there are some players that everybody know that if you want that player, you're gonna have to pay that bag.
Right.
It's the haves and the have. It's not gonna ever change. I don't care what level you on. You got the ones that's gonna demand that bag because they play and their caliber of talent is gonna say, if you want that kid, to what they say, he who has leverage, and you get leverage by having talent. What makes this a whole different conversation,
a bidding war,
is the fact that there is a bidding war. So this is what you got to wonder. This is what kind of helps that situation. If you have a kid who has who have parents that are financially stable, that's not in the need of their education is first. You know what I'm saying? I'm just using that as an example. My point is, when you sit down with a 5-star, usually there's only about 35 5-stars per class. Those are what you would call generational talents for the most part. Now, some of these 5-stars I question because I'm like, he's really a 4-star. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, you have that conversation and you say, listen, won't you give it a try? But you can be the beginning of something. You can make history. You sell them on history. You sell them on culture. You sell them on the opportunities to also still make NIL get NIL opportunities even at the HBCU level.
That's the only advantage they have on us. Just being 100% honest. That is the only advantage they have on us, because you see in the late 70s, that's when it changed. If we didn't even got to have half the money. If we went out on you. Like the lights went out or something.
The light bill, bro. Utility.
But yeah, that's the only advantage they have on us, man. We can't compete right now. We can't compete with those dollars.
Okay, but okay, let's look at this. With Traquan Wells, look at everybody talking about how his mom reacted to his initial prank announcement. You know what I'm saying? Then you look at Love in his interview, and a lot of some more of these other kids, student athletes, who parents were excited about the HBCU experience. You follow what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you got those type of parents who who standing on, and I know this far-fetched, and standing on morals and values and principles, and not really concerned themselves with the bag. Just say that the 5-star gentleman comes here along with the other offensive line we got from Louisville, with the talent that Jackson State has on the team, and what we're looking to project in the wins go. You know what I'm saying? We go undefeated. We beat FBS team. You know, we on national television, and the spotlight is there, and that ball continues to roll. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree with
you. I get your point, TD.
In a perfect world, that's what you want.
In a perfect world, yeah. But this is the other thing. Tymon Wells is not a 5-star coming out of high school with 35 FBS offers. And that's not to knock him. And he could be a better player than the player, because all this stuff is just a projection. You still gotta have work ethic. You still gotta. There's a lot of kids that were deemed these big time, and they would just bust because they lack work ethic. They were entitled. They were lazy. And they just, they might have been injury prone. There's a lot of things that you got to factor in. But here's my point. The conversation is different when you're dealing with a kid that's got endless opportunities and you got big bags coming at them.
Yeah.
But this is why I say NIL is important. If an HBCU, and I do firmly believe that we have extreme buying power in our community. We're only talking about one kid. So you're not going to tell me that if we can't get organized right now from collectives or however the case may be, who's to say we can't pool together and pull out a big check, a 6-figure check to say, listen, we ain't gonna give you what they trying to give you, or we don't know what they're trying to give you, but this is gonna allow you to, you know what I'm saying, we want you just like they want you. But this is the reality of it though, TD. It sent shockwaves when Travis Hunter committed. Okay. But it was attached to Deion Sanders. If a 5-star commits to Jack State now, man, you're gonna have every news publication, every sports channel trying to interview that young man because they want to understand. But why'd you choose Jack State? This is a crazy idea. You know what I'm saying? Whoa, Jack State. Just like Travis went. You know what I'm saying? So there's a Travis Hunter out there that's gonna commit to a regular coach. And I get your point, but you have to understand the landscape. And I'm not saying you don't understand it, but I'm just saying consider the fact that it ain't happening right now. So in for that particular scenario, this ain't the same thing as what the Alabama A&M coach was saying. I'm using what he said. Oh, this light is tripping. It was weird, and I don't feel like getting up trying to change.
And also, didn't they say a quarterback? I think was what 2 to 3 million value in the NIL?
1 to 2 million.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for an average player coming out of high school. I think the kid from Florida, what they had promised him like 5 million or something like that, but they didn't pay up.
Yeah, over a time frame. You look at Matt Rule say that about the how much it's gonna cost. Matt Rule is intelligent, man. He's smart. Matt Rule, them dudes be talking to them boosters without saying it directly. So they'll go out, they'll get in front of the news station like what we do. CD will say stuff indirectly. He starts saying, "Hey, you know the value of a quarterback, it's gonna cost you this, and this." And look at what he turned around and did. TD, he signed the #1 quarterback in the class. That ain't a coincidence that all of a sudden he's talking about what it's going to cost to land a big top tier quarterback. And it sounds like he's just having arbitrary, just regular conversation. And then boom, just like that, he lands the #1 quarterback. Nobody was saying had Travis. Nobody had that kid Dylan, what is it, Riola? Nobody had him projected to go to Nebraska. So that automatically tells you that he got paid, which is all fair game now. But that's not the conversation. He said, I was about to say, it's no coincidence that he signed. Yep, after saying that. That's my point. See, Blue getting it. That's the same thing Nick Saban said. Well, they're buying every player over there at Texas A&M.
Get the money up.
He said, here, Jackson State just gave a player $1 million. So what that conversation was not about Texas A&M and it was not about Jackson State.
Right.
The conversation was about the fact that he was talking to his boosters, telling them, if y'all don't come to up and we don't come to play, we're going to get outbidded. That was a fundraising event, a private conversation that transpired. And look, Georgia just landed still the #1 class. This is consistently, they keep getting the #1 class. You think Georgia and Kirby Smart and them ain't got folks over there paying out the wazoo? Yes, they are. But my point is, 5 stars, you get about 30 plus, you get less than 40, but you get a little over 30 per class. So TD, if you take 1 5-star out of that class, you're really messing with the power structure now. You got 20 damn teams in the Big Ten. You got how many in the SEC now? 14? 16 or something like that. So what's that, 34? Now we're talking about TD, that's all the 5 stars right there. You take 1 damn 5-star and you lose that recruiting, that's gonna drop somebody's ranking down. Now, don't get it wrong. The money so what I'm saying is that they don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. So you're gonna have to sell it in a different way. I'm a salesman. You see what I'm saying? My thing is this right here. If I can't get you with the big stuff, I'm gonna come and be like, look, I'll give you a scenario. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm saying this, and I'm gonna shut up. TD, I used to work for Coca-Cola. All right. I was a salesman for Coca-Cola in Jackson, Mississippi, and Austin, Texas. The biggest problem in Mississippi at Coca-Cola, I don't know if this still exists, it was outsourcing. TD, do you know that I could not sell 20-ounce Coca-Cola to none of my stores with the best program that I had going on? You know why? Because the best program that I had, the 24-pack of the 20-ounce Coca-Cola was like $22, bro, a case. But he'd go right to Memphis. He getting across the you got a bottler from another state selling it for $16. So that conversation is over with. How the hell I'm gonna walk in there and tell a store owner, man, buy something for me? I'm talking about just 20 ounce. Man, I'm turning this damn light off. This thing ain't tripping, bro. Anyway, it might be short. So my point was, you know what I started doing? Because here's what the difference. And everybody that sold drinks and stuff know the game. We would give credit. So that was like a selling perk. So what I started doing was saying, look, man, I might not be able to get that Coca-Cola from you, but let me get that Diet Coke. Buy your Coke Zero from me because, the dates are a little shorter and I can give you credit on that. And then I started building that relationship and I come back later. I said, hey, man, I went in this back room, TD, the man had like 20 cases of Coke. It was all out of date. I got a point that I'm making. You got close date, and when you buy outsource like that, you can't get credit for it. So if you eat it and you lose it, you lose your money. You know what I told him? I tell you what, bro, I'm gonna make a deal with you. I'll manage your Coke that you're not buying from me, but you got to at least buy 5-6 cases from me. You know what I'm saying? That way I go in. If you buy 5-6 cases from me every now and again, I showed him how you're losing money on the dates. This is my point. A good salesman is really, that's all a recruiting coordinator is a great salesman. You got to sell your culture, sell your program. if you got a great recruiter that can sit down on a couch with a player that's of that caliber with their parents, and you can sell not only the value of a five-star going to the HBCU, you selling the story, you selling the shock value. And hell, you can even say, listen, you going against the power structure. So hell, it's gonna be so many folks that want to get you up out of there that they can come back. You still have value down the road. Now, when you get them, now you got to love on them. You got to make sure they get paid. You got to make sure they get developed. It's on you to keep them once you get them there. And that's with a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. That ain't just a 5-star. Just getting them in the house that's one part of it now. All these kids that we just showed you today, you think we ain't got to try to work our butt off to keep Kobe Borkin in the house? What I mean is develop them. Make sure they got good food. Make sure their housing situation is good. Make sure their education is, make sure that everything that you got to check the box on that. Because every kid that hit in the portal on our level is not leaving because of money. That's just what I'm saying. It's two worlds. I don't care about if a kid hit the portal. Go do what you want to do. They not hitting the portal because they going to get no bag, bro. Because I'm going to tell you, like our previous coach said, if you was like that, you wouldn't be here. That just call it what it is. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just saying, if you was like that, now don't get me wrong, we got some big time kids that had some opportunities and some offers, and they want to be here. That's what makes it special. So what we're saying is we start with them 3 stars, and bam, we got a 4-star now. It started making you say, you know what, I can entertain the idea of maybe, just maybe, we can love on a kid. And I'm using a Louisville pipeline. I ain't say no other kid. I said that kid, because that kid played on the offensive line, and 3 of his former teammates is in Jackson right now, along with his quarterback. That's relationships. So you go and tell his parents, Nigerian parents, hey, listen, I'm doing what ATD, I'm wing. I'm doing what Matt Rule did. I'm just throwing stuff in the atmosphere because it might fall on their ears. And trust me, when I was talking about this earlier, Ethan's dad was in the comments, and you know what he said? He's interested. So I'm going to say it again. They got a 5-star class 2025 offensive lineman that actually is interested in Jackson State. So now it's up to us to try to sell the deal. Hell, that's all I'm doing. So my point is, you go in there and you sit them down and you explain to them why Jackson State is a great option, because you got
and we're gonna use those players as our number 1 recruiters.
Market you. Mm-hmm. You are African, you going to the blackest city in America. We're gonna make sure your kid good, he's gonna get a great education. You get what I'm saying? That's what we selling them on. Or you can just say, he's a 5-star. Let's just not even worry about it. Let's not even try. Oh, man, you use whatever you got to use. Because if it worked, guess what? Everybody in the swag ass going to get tight as my fist. Because let a 5-star and say, a 5-star, it's going to break the internet, bro. With TC Taylor, the head coach, that would be the biggest news to hit the I'm telling you, that would be the biggest news to hit the HBCU waves over the past few years. Now, Deion coming was big news. You see what I'm saying? Travis coming was big news. But it ain't no Deion. It's TC Taylor and his staff. You get a 5-star come now, that's a little different conversation we talking about. Now you're talking about, I'm so sick of this light, bro. But I can tell what it is if I get up. I just don't feel like getting up right now. So it's gonna dim on me again. It ain't tripping. So that was the premise of what I was saying. Will it work? We don't know. Hell, but guess what? I know who ain't afraid to go recruit him. Coach O, Coach TC, Coach J.O.
Go. It's good to have those conversations, though. You know,
gotta have them, bro.
But here's my thing, Justin. I mean, if the kid is already, of a kid, a young man, or athlete is already interested, and again, you got James Evans for his father. I mean, he probably care less. You know what I'm saying? They said no principles. And I know this principle ain't got anything to do with a bag. I understand all that, man. But I'm just saying, if it's something
that make you change your morals the same day, you'd be like, you remember life? Say, how much it's gonna cost to turn one of these
white only pies?
I was to tell you, bro. people say what they would or wouldn't do. You don't know what you would or wouldn't do until you in that situation. You can easily
everybody got a price.
If you're working class or you're broke and you got to go to work tomorrow, I'm talking about me. I ain't talking about nobody else. I ain't never had nobody come to my house trying to offer me no $1 million for my talents or my kid talents. I don't know what that feels like. I don't know, parents. I'm not finna try to pretend like I do. I'm not even finna project my thought process on it. I am a salesman, bro. So when I hear and see things, I am trained to walk in a room, TD, and I got less than 3 seconds to identify something in there to grab my attention to try to connect with you in that period of time. When you walk in, the people I sell to, I'll be the ones that'll tell you, get the hell out of my face, and they'll look at you like you don't even exist type stuff. So my point is, when I'm listening to that, that's what I was saying. I already noticed that they have a kid of that talent. And I'm saying to myself, ooh, we got a good opportunity, man, to really try to sell this family on getting this young man too. Because again, TD, I didn't know if we was going to get Devin Love or not. But when he committed, I was like, whoa, okay. He was committed to San Diego State. Who is the head coach? Who was the offensive coordinator in Colorado? Guess who else had a Colorado offer? Kobe Boykin. He played for Uncle Luke down there in Miami Edison. Uncle Luke be on the internet talking about Prime all day long. You know he a DDR, and it's okay. But my point is, committed to Utah, had a Colorado offer. Kobe Boykin could have very easily been going down there to Boulder. Very easily. But he's
and that's the very point that I'm making. I mean, if that's what a person wants to do, then that's what they're gonna do. And that's what I was saying about Kobe, even with the first interview that we had with him, and when you interviewed him again, he talked again. That is what he spoke on. So it's all about intention and how your family structure is.
So look at this comment by Lawrence. Telling you, if we can get kids to focus on HBCUs for 4 years, I love that thought process.
That's yeah.
Hold on. Here's the problem. College football is year to year now. All I'm saying to you is that you can hold to your morals and stand on it. You can die on that hill saying that this is what we're going to do. When you stand pat on that, it's going to reduce the amount of potential kids that you can get into your program. There will be some kids that you will have to pause on your stuff if you want that particular kid. And there are some coaches that say, you know what, I ain't gonna waste my time. I don't have the money. I don't have the budget. I'm not even gonna worry about trying to recruit that kid because I don't feel like we got a chance. I'm only mentioning that 5-star kid is because his teammates, we got 4 of his teammates in Jackson. That's my point. If you got 4 in Jackson already, now let's get him. Now here's my point, TD. I'm selling you on that to get you. When I get you there, I'm going to do everything I can to keep you. Because guess what? The conversation is different now. This is my point. I'm done with it.
I get you.
You see what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you what I got to tell you to get you. And now when I get you there, my conversation on selling you to stay is going to change. It's a different comment. I don't have to sell you on coming because you're with me now. Now I have to sell you on staying in the building. And I got to make sure I got parameters and I'm giving you everything that I said. I ain't selling no wolf tickets. The culture is real. The fandom is amazing. The vibe is dope. You see what I'm saying? But
education top notch.
Hell yeah, the development is gonna be there. But this is what I'm saying. We got business owners and people that in our community that sit here and have a conversation. We talking about selling 4 years, and they over there giving out back. Blue done already told y'all that they got folks that's was that Blue? Who was that just said that? It might have been Blue. Blue, was that you that said that they paying folks? Yeah, they paying folks $10,000 to go on official visits. Kids getting paid to go on official visits. That's a different conversation. That's a whole different conversation. Man, I remember I went to a job interview. I ain't gonna say the job one time. Do you know that I went? They asked me to work that day with them and go on like a ride type thing. They paid me, bro. I said, yeah, it's a different type of situation right here. Sometimes he comes to take up your time and they'll send you on about your way and then don't call you back. But they was like, look, you come in here and literally cut me a check, man. And somebody went on that, they kind of know what company that is. And I said, Centos. Centos did that. I was looking to be. I interviewed for a territory sales position, but I just wasn't willing to cut my beard. I'm not going booty face to get a job. By the way, I'm just tell you that right now. I can't do it, bro. I don't care how much money you offer me and say you want to cut your. No, I'm me, bro. I don't. Money don't entice me like that. You know what I'm saying? But my point is, that's what we own. So it's a different ball.
He just said the same thing I said again.
What?
When it comes down to money, I mean, when you standing on your moral, you standing on your principles.
That's me.
That's you. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
everybody. But look, everybody got a price too. If they would have tripled, if they would have tripled that kid, would have been like,
hey, let me be real. Let me be real for a second. TD, hold on. I come from I started the enterprise. We couldn't have facial hair at enterprise. We can only have a mustache. And I had hair though. I gotta tell him myself I had hair. And so I was cool with it. I was like, all right, I got my hair, I was all right. So if you look at my younger photos, I had hair on my head with no beard. I just had a little light mustache. But then, bald headed. I was like, hell, I'm growing my beard, right? That's the look. But you're right, bro. This is what I had to do. I shaved off my beard, TD, and I went with a light little goatee. You see what I'm saying? I did do that. Yeah, they doubled that money. And at that time, I was trying to get the job. So I ain't gonna sit here in front like I wasn't trying to get it. But hell yeah, you offer me $300K, shit. I go in there mug I cut my eyebrows off and go in there.
Everybody got a price, man.
Everybody got a price, dog. But no, we having fun with it. But I don't know if we got a chance or not. I was just pitching an idea, man. And you know how I am, man. Hey, look, tell the coaches to come take me with them. I ain't not to go in the room with them. I'm just saying, sit down and we can strategize this thing. But this is what I'm saying. How do we know coaches ain't talking to that's they are doing that, TD. Matt Rule is talking to the boosters. Nick Saban are talking to their boosters. They're saying, look, I want to go after this kid, and that kid. We got to make that happen.
So you know what? I think or pretty sure that there was company who was willing to ride, you know what I'm saying, with the other regime about doing things like that. So the potential to do stuff out there for some of these companies.
But that was clout, though.
You just got to
come in with clout.
Well, that's true.
Because if you want to do it for Dion and you want to do it for Jack State now that he ain't there, you use a dick riding clout chaser. Right. I just call it like it is. You like me, dislike me, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. If you really about that life and really want to see Jack State thrive, then you would do it when he ain't there because it mean more. Do it for TC Taylor. Because it carry a little bit more weight when it comes for that. But, I ain't knocking Dion is who he is, man. That dude's a lightning rod. He different. And I ain't going to go down that road. But my point was, that's all I was trying to say. I was just using that. I was using the coach's statement. Now, like we said, and I stand on that. Ain't no way in the hell I'm going to go out there and publicize that and be like, yeah, come use me as a JUCO and let us develop you and leave us. No, that's basically the gist. But the reality of it is, TD, he was actually pretty bold and he really wasn't wrong. He just kind of said it, and people don't really like truth. We like digestible lies.
The thing is, if he can successfully do that, other players will see that, and then they'll take that route as well. Most people just need to see a path, a blueprint. If people see a successful blueprint, they'll be willing to try it. Nobody wants to be the trailblazer. Nobody wants to be the Kurt Flood. Kurt Flood got them free agency. He didn't even get to use it on his own. But he was the pioneer.
And well, I'm gonna say this, fellas. I'm gonna get ready to shut it down for the night, the morning. We got the recipe, Ken. We got the recipe started yesterday with the signing and commitment. Now you got to put all the ingredients together and get that cake right and serve it to the public.
We do. There's a lot of ugly faces with that cake that was being served sometimes. Like, ooh, this ain't missing an egg or two.
I'm gonna say this next year. It won't be no excuses on offense now.
And so won't.
We can't keep coming up with excuses.
Hey, TD, that fish wasn't quite golden brown like it needed.
Hey,
It wasn't gold, man. It wasn't all the way gold.
hey, I need that golden.
But no, you're right, man. Hey, listen, the honeymoon over with. Coach know that. Coach ain't on no honeymoon no way. He's
Right.
blue collar. He trying to get it out. He trying to get it, and they going for it. And I know that. I think we win it. You know, and if all comes together, it was just a lot of adversity you can't really account for. All the injuries, all of the obstacles that we had to overcome. It is what it is, man. You regroup, you reshuffle the deck, and you go back and you deal a new hand. And that's what we've done. I love what you said, TD. New ingredients. Now we got to put it together. If you burnt the cake and you start over, you're gonna probably, be a little bit more cautious with your steps and follow, the instructions a little bit more closer. You know what I'm saying? If it say tablespoon, you did a teaspoon or exact opposite. Hey man, you got a little bit too much salt in that thing. You got to know the right measurements, man. So yeah, man. I love it, man. So good stuff, man. Good conversation. And man, we got to keep that conversation going. I think these types of conversations are important, TD, and I appreciate you for having your perspective on it because it'll fall on somebody's ears. And all it really takes is to plant that seed, man. You plant that seed and a parent get to listen, and they might just get the thing because the parents are going to be the ones that are going to be the biggest influences.
Inception.
For real. Somebody's gonna do it, man. I just believe in my heart of hearts that somebody gonna land a 5-star. I just don't want it to be FAMU. And that's for you, EA. I don't need light on sports coming on saying 5-star out of high school done committed. I'll be like, God damn, man. You know what I'm saying? It's because they did what we just said I finished talking about.
Right.
That's my point. Get them on campus, love on them, and you never can tell because they might be thinking, you know what? These kids already know, TD, before they go into the program that they got some kids that's going to go to 4 different schools, and they know that before they even go.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to be mapping out their school, man. I'm going to start on the West Coast, and then I'm going to go over here, especially if they get this transfer thing where you can go transfer twice and still have immediate eligibility. Oh, man, it's over with. It's over with.
Yeah.
They might just want to within their repertoire, they might want to dibble and dab a little bit in that HBCU space. And I'm just telling you, if it's a 1-year rental anyway, how is that any different than a grad transfer with 1-year eligibility? Hey, it's only a 1-year, 1-year rental, and they already graduated, they coming in. It ain't no different. It's just all about perspective and how you look at it. If they can be immediate impact, and you know what? A 5-star coming to an HBCU is a damn good storyline. And guess what? It may not, even if they don't make the impact that year, it's going to affect the next signing class if the same coaches are out there. There's going to be some big-time kids looking to come see, man, let me go see what the hell what made him commit, because he must have, you see what I'm saying? And when we get him to Jackson, hey, they might do a little extra something to make sure we can get him. We're going to feed him because the food hit, man. You know that.
Hey. Oh, again, I didn't see it, man, and I know I need to go, but I want to ask you about this last recruit, Vaughn. Did he didn't? No,
Vaughn.
Cameron Vaughn. The crack and cheese, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with them, they transferring, so
okay.
They got to Friday.
Okay.
They got to Friday, and it could have been done in waves. If you notice, I don't think any transfers TD was in this class. Am I mistaken? It was all high school and JUCO.
The defensive end. Oh yeah, JUCO.
Defensive end. No, he came from Westminster, so it was one. You're right. I think he was the only one, and he, so keep in mind Thursday and Friday is still a part of early signing period.
Okay.
Today was just the signing day, the beginning of that. So I do expect at least 5 more commitments. 5 more. National letters of intent signed. Maybe we got Nate Blunt tomorrow. We even got some more live shows tomorrow lined up. So Cameron Vaughn, gifted 5 KC-1400 membership. Oh, wow. Appreciate that, brother. That's good stuff, man. Can his teammates that are at JSU now will have to play an important role? That's exactly right. We know that already. So it's important they have a great. That's exactly right. That was what I was talking about with retention. So you're absolutely right, Mario. But the reason I mentioned that is because Devin Love was committed to San Diego State, and he talked about why he switched, because I asked that specific question. And he said Quay Davis, being a freshman All-American, played a big factor, because he was like, that told me that not only do they have a great O-line coach, but he also got on the field and he produced and he was recognized. He was seen. Kids want visibility, man. They don't want to go somewhere and be invisible. Jack State had every game, all 11 games was on ESPN last year. I don't think that's ever happened before. Not a once. So
it's be better this year.
So yeah, man. We're getting close. We got a full stock tight end transfer. Yeah, I mean, we all are. We all are. So, you know, and it's that high school talent too. The transfer portal is a little different. If you can get them, you can get them. Like, fam, you got Cardale Thomas last year, who was a 5-star at one time, you know, and he made a great decision. So you may see others. And this is the other thing, TD. This is why you recruit them heavily. Last thing, and I promise I'm leaving. You build that relationship. Because if they do go to Alabama,
come back,
you have a bad experience, and they do go to Duke, and then they say, you know what, I done did this Power 5 thing, man. That relationship's still there, and they come to Jack State. Now, they might be a 4-star out of the portal, but hell, they were still a 5-star. You see what I'm saying? And you can get them on the back end. So it's all about how you look at it and how the coaches choose to strategize. So it is what it is, man. Recruiting is
yeah, you got to shoot your shot now. I mean, you got to shoot your shot. I mean, I'm not finna shy away from because she's pretty. You know what I'm saying? I might not get her, but you know when you know, hey Justin.
Man,
all she can say is no.
I got one of my.
And when Christopher Williams get through doing it wrong.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. One of my best friends, man, my brother Steph, and if any of our friends from our circle of friends in Austin, here it is, they gonna know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna just say it this way: my brother, he's from Sierra Leone, you know, my African brother. He ain't never seen a shot that he ain't feel like he can make. I'm gonna just say it like that. All I know is we would go out, TD. Hey, listen, bro, don't go to the bathroom, don't go to the bar. Leave your old lady behind, because he was one of them ones, he might step to her. It was what it was. And he is a salesman. And when I say he played a numbers game, his mentality is the next no is only gonna get me closer to the yes. He don't give a damn. He shoot the shot. And now me, somebody like myself, a little bit more reserved, TD, I don't really like rejection. So I'm playing to win. I'm looking for signs. Okay, I think I got something right there. Now he going in, he gonna kill something.
Hey. Law of averages.
Law of averages. They say it all the time. Hey, bro, I'm gonna get something, dog. Hey, somebody, what did Denzel say to Jamie Foxx? I believe him with something.
Right.
And on that note, man, I'm done.
For me, man. I'm good.
Who said that?
Hey, that no EA said good. That man crazy. All right, man. Hey, good time with you, Justin, man. Y'all have a good morning.
Right here.
It's still nighttime where I'm at. 10:42.
That's my point, man. I'm on 1 o'clock. Later.
Yeah, it is.
Appreciate you coming up, Justin. Thank you, Lawrence, bro, for the gesture, man.
Y'all take it easy.
Peace out, brother.
Out.
All right, bro. Thank you, Lawrence, man. You're a real one for that, man. If you guys want to donate to the platform, hit the Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. Become a channel member. Hit that link to join. We'll be back on Friday, man. Looking forward to be sure to tune in to Tiger Talk with the 1400 Club. We have some more live commitments and live signings on tomorrow, man. It's been a busy day. It's been a fun day. We're going to go ahead and shut this bad baby down. Be our love. As always, go Tigers, baby. Peace.